50 is in support of Make-A-Wish Canada, the YMCA of Northern Alberta, and the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation's initiative, Every Kid Deserves a Shot, supporting kids across oil country. We go into Legacy Heating and Cooling's Who's Hot and Who's Not. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for a year. For Dallas, Jake Ottinger's got the best save percentage of any goalie in the playoffs, .922. The Edmonton Oilers' Evan Bouchard leads all defensemen in scoring, 21 points, and he's got a plus 12. Out-of-town scoreboard for Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Last night, New York Rangers blew a 4-2 third period lead, ended up winning 5-4 in overtime. They're up 2-1 on the Florida Panthers, who badly outshot them in last night's game. Game 4 in Florida tomorrow. Last score we had at the Memorial Cup, London, very good team. They are tied with the Moose Jaw Warriors 1-1 late in the first period. Of course, Game 3 tonight at Rogers Place, the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars. And there is a total of 10 minutes to face off, and this is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Chemco is building industry across Canada, and now they're on the lookout for civil and electrical project managers, estimators, and superintendents to join their dedicated team. Why Chemco? Because Chemco cares. They put people first, offering top-tier compensation packages and an unwavering commitment to safety. At Chemco, safety isn't just a priority, it's everybody's business. Ready to be part of a team that truly values you? Visit chemco.com/careers today.
The Brick and the Edmonton Oilers both started right here in Edmonton back in the 70s. And we know nothing is more exciting than playoff hockey. We're next to you in the stands, painted blue and orange, cheering our hearts out. And when we're not there, we're in our stores, making sure you have everything you need to cheer them on in your home. We're proud of this city and its rich sports history. The Brick, supporting the Edmonton Oilers and fans right from the beginning. Let's go, Oilers.
This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
That's the playoffs for you. Usually it's going to be tight going in to a third period, and you just got to dig that one goal out. Unfortunately, Dallas did it in Game 2, so it's up to us to respond, and it's up to us to make sure we end up on the right side here in Game 3.
We're about 8 minutes away from puck drop. Welcome back, everybody. Rogers Game Night. And we bring aboard our inside the game analyst, Rob Brown. Game 3, Rob, it's now a best of 5, and the Oilers have home ice advantage.
They do, because they earned it. You and I were just on air downstairs with Reed, and we talked about the fact that the Edmonton Oilers probably believe that they could easily be up 2-0 in this series. They've had control of both games at times. Having said that, the Dallas Stars probably saying, you know what, we're a goal post and overtime away from being up 2-0 ourselves. That's how close this series is. That's how much fun it has been watching it. These are two very good hockey clubs that at the end of the night, the winning team is the team that gets that one extra save, that one extra bounce, that one extra call, whatever it may be. And the one advantage the Oilers have coming home, Dallas is a great road team. But it is fun playing in your own rink. This place is absolutely nuts. They got some new weird lights going on in here right now. There's a laser show going. This is going to be a fun night. But yes, the Oilers have earned the right to have home ice advantage the remainder of this best of 5. And the only way you can take advantage of it is winning the games on home ice that starts tonight.
All right. Can you be too geeked up if you're an Oilers player? It's a really good road team. Best road record in the regular season, and they were 5-1 so far in the playoffs.
Well, you certainly can be running out of place to make a hit, jumping in the play that's not there, forcing something when you shouldn't be. You want to be excited but controlled, and I think that's what you're going to see. But if I'm a guy that's not an offensive star on this team, what I'm trying to do in the first shift is get a hit, because you could throw a body check that is just a 5 on the Richter scale, but this place will go nuts. And I can tell you, you feel it on the opposition bench. Every time one of your guys is here, you're like, hey, seriously, it's not that big a hit. Why is the place going nuts? That's the type of thing you can do if you're a role player tonight. Get the fans into it. Because what we've seen, goal scoring is at a premium, but physicality is free every single shift. Try and do that.
All right, one of the big stories, Ryan McLeod, he hasn't been healthy scratched all season. Adam Henrique, a 27-goal scorer during this season.
Well, you're a better team with Adam Henrique. Now, I think McLeod will get back in the lineup at some point, but he wasn't giving the Oilers what they needed. 0 points is one thing, but the physicality you can bring each and every shift. He's going to have a reset in the press box, but Adam Henrique, he's just smart. He's professional. He's good offensively. He's good defensively. He's safe. You know what you're getting from him in your defensive zone. He's a guy that the coaching staff can trust. And right now they've gotten 0 points, 0 goals out of their third line. So Adam Henrique's definitely going to make that third line a little bit better offensively. And you need it against the Dallas team that gets scoring from top to bottom.
All right, you have 20 seconds to deliver the 4 keys to the game. Brought to you by Ford, the official partner of your Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford proud.
Well, I know that you are a loud man when it comes to talking about power plays in this series. Well, one way the Edmonton Oilers can get on the power play, win races, force the referee to have to make the call. That's what I want to see in the first period from the Edmonton Oilers.
That is our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. More with Robin Reed Wilkins during the end of the roll. First intermission. The Edmonton Oilers, Stuart Skinner is coming to the ice right now. We have Game 3 action of the Western Conference Final. Series tied 1-1. Jack Michaels with the call up next on Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
Even though your 20s are behind you, you still get to have firsts. Like the first time your knee hurts after a morning run. Or the first time you felt certain muscles after a workout. Whatever your pain, Advil Liquid Gels are here for these firsts. Advil Liquid Gels provide liquid fast relief for everyday aches and pains. So you can get back to your everyday active life where firsts still happen. When pain says you can't, Advil says you can.
Time now for our Coventry Home starting lineups. Jack Michaels, Bob Stoff, Reed Wilkins, Rob Brown on the Oilers Radio Network. Game 3 moments away for the Edmonton Oilers. Stuart Skinner in the pipes, Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm defensively. Connor McDavid centers the top line. He'll be flanked by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. One change, Adam Henrique, for the first time since Game 2 against Vancouver, will be in. And for the first time all year, Ryan McLeod is a healthy scratch. Let's go to Robert Clark for the anthems, U.S. and then Canadian.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of land. True patriot love in all of us command.
Tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast.
There he shoots and scores. Now it's Draisaitl off to Connor McDavid. Centers Kane for the hat trick. He scores.
All the action called by the voices who know the game inside and out.
This crowd explodes.
Bob Stauffer and Jack Michaels on the Oilers Radio Network.
Game 3 of the Western Conference Final brings us to Rogers Place. 18,347 sold-out capacity crowd. Gorgeous day in Edmonton with temperatures in the high 20s and not a cloud in the sky. Inside, Connor McDavid ready for the opening face-off, and he'll be opposed tonight by Tyler Seguin. But the news for Dallas, Rope Hintz back in the lineup. He's on the line with Seguin and, of course, Jason Robertson to start. We are underway. There's the drop of the puck. McDavid wins the opening faceoff, and here come the Oilers left to right in their blue and orange with a white trim. Dallas in the white and Kelly green, black pants. Rope Hintz trying to jam it in, and that was well defended by Matthias Ekholm, and a late offside whistled against Dallas. Our referees tonight, Steve Kazari and Dan O'Rourke, linesman Steve Barton and Matt McPherson, and a faceoff will come right in front of the Oiler bench where Chris Knobloch reinserts Adam Henrique tonight.
Going to play him at center. Can't play him yet in the top six. Hasn't played the minutes, and it's Rope Hintz is going to take a draw here. A lot of people thought it was a right hand injury that kept him out of the lineup.
Cross-checked late in the Colorado series. Did not play the first two games of this series, and Dallas's power play in particular has struggled during his four-game absence. His last suit-up was Game 4 against Colorado. Brushed in by Bouchard and in deep. Handled by Jake Ottinger. Once again opposing Stuart Skinner. That's your goaltending matchup. And now Robertson trying to sneak behind Ekholm here in the opening minute of the first period. We're live from our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth, and here comes Warren Foegele popping it behind the Dallas defense. Foegele playing tonight with Henrique and Connor Brown, who scored the only Oiler goal in a 3-1 loss on Saturday. Wired high and wide by Johnson off the rush, and the Oilers will take it off the end boards. Foegele ahead to Henrique, tried to tuck it inside to Foegele, and that was deflected directly to Jake Ottinger, who comes in with a gaudy .956 save percentage on the road in the playoffs. Bob, as you know, Dallas the best team on the road during the regular season, and it's carried over to the playoffs where they're 5-1. The good news is for Edmonton, third best home record during the regular season and a solid 4-2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Dallas's depth is the major reason why they're so good on the road. They can match up any line.
Off the draw, steal by Leon Draisaitl. 16 different Dallas Stars have scored a goal in this playoffs. Edmonton has 14, though. Matt Duchene, beautiful spin move as he entered the zone and tried to slide it in front. Deflected away from Pavelski by Darnell Nurse, and that saved a goal. Here comes Kane playing with Holloway and Draisaitl. Kane a backhander to save made by Ottinger, and the rebound squirts through and on rushing Dylan Holloway. Mason Marchment, who scored the game-winning goal Saturday night in Dallas's 3-1 win. It was a deflection early in the third period on a little floater chucked up there by Ryan Suter. Pitchforked out of the Edmonton zone by Holloway. Man dropped a stick. Here's Kane inside. Chance McDavid and a save. Jake Ottinger from the left circle. McDavid fires again and scores! Game 3.
Oh, that's not the prototypical Zach Hyman goal. I don't know what is. You go to the net, good things happen. Bouchard plays it down low, but David cuts out of the right circle, fires one, and I'm not sure if Otcher just didn't pick the puck up right away. Just got a lucky deflection, and the Oilers with a quick 1-0 lead.
McDavid and Bouchard, the helpers on Zach Hyman's league-leading 13th of the postseason. The all-time Stanley Cup playoff record is 19. Held by Reggie Leach and Yari Curry, and Hyman has a chance, Bob. The Oilers will get it in deep. Sam Carrick on the fourth line playing with Derek Ryan and Matthias Janmark tonight. Again, Ryan McLeod a healthy scratch for the first time all year. What a start for Edmonton 2 minutes in. Oilers' fourth line was very good on Saturday night, getting it in deep. Ottinger leaves it in the corner. Matthias Janmark barrels in, left-hand side. Oilers all-time in the playoffs, 2-8 when they don't get a point from McDavid or Draisaitl. Well, McDavid has the primary assist on the Hyman goal. Bouchard a secondary assist. He's back on the score sheet, and now it's lifted down the right-hand side, and likely an icing call coming against Dylan Holloway, and he's incredulous, but Steve Barton will make the call.
Well, he was being forced on the play. Dallas player gapped up on him, and he's saying he tied my stick up. Oilers very lucky, Jack. Dallas had an opportunity. Leon Draisaitl blew a wheel in defensive zone coverage, and they had a chance for a backdoor tap-in. And
there's made a good play on Pavelski.
Yep, and otherwise that might have been in the net, and the Oilers get a fortuitous bounce for a 1-0 lead.
But it starts with McDavid shot mentality. Yep. Fires left circle, fires right circle, second time. Again, Hyman is perfect. He's like a bumper in a pinball game. He'll just line up and angle his body, and it'll hit something and go in. Here's Miro Heiskanen, who has not had a solid 2 games in this series. His team has been outshot 63-33 with him on the ice. Up to Tyler Seguin, right-hand side. Robertson, checked by Vinny Desharnais. He will turn 28 years old on the night of Game 4 when Bob and I will have the call again. Here's a centering pass, Seguin, and that slipped right past Rope Hintz, who scored 30 goals during the regular season.
The officials saying, why wasn't that a penalty?
Lead pass right wing, and that'll be an icing call against Dallas. Hintz scored 30 times during the regular season. The only Dallas star with more was Wyatt Johnston, the second-year pro, who had 32. He played 3.5 minutes. This is an icing against Dallas, and Edmonton will get an ozone draw here with McDavid centering Nugent Hopkins and Hyman, who just had one carry him off him for the game's first goal.
He's got 67 goals this season, Jack. Regular season playoffs.
You could have done worse. Nugent Hopkins shovels it out to Bouchard off the draw. Shot stopped by Ottinger. Rebound held on to by Nugent Hopkins. And now McDavid tripped up. That's a penalty against Alex Petrovic. Playing in his hometown tonight, no doubter. And so McDavid has set up a goal and drawn a penalty here in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Safe to assume he's back in the mix. And you know what, Bob? As he goes, no surprise, Edmonton goes. In the Oilers' 9 wins in this postseason, McDavid has 21 points and plus 11. In their 5 losses, he has 2 assists, no goals, and is a minus 5.
You did your math and your homework, and I'll do mine. You got to win faceoffs to start power plays off. That's the key.
Draisaitl might have won that, Bob, but the first on the puck was Dallas. Wyatt Johnston will have a chance to clear, and he'll snap that down the left-hand side. Draisaitl was the first to make contact with that puck, but the Oilers didn't win the battle off the draw.
See if Dallas has more up pressure here to take away. They are. See, they've already tried to take McDavid away here.
Draisaitl to McDavid, who steers it in from the right-hand side. Lindell quickly to Tanev, snapped around the boards. Bouchard unable to hold the zone. This is an Atco power play. The Oilers are 0 for 3 in the series and 1 for 13 over their last 5 playoff games. But the one goal was the game winner and series winner against Vancouver. A dump in, Tanev to Lindell, and he'll rifle it down the right-hand side. And the first 45 seconds of this power play has gone by without a blip if you're a Dallas penalty killer.
More aggressive, trying to take away David on the zone entries, Jack.
Bouchard to Draisaitl. Curls in, finds McDavid, high slot, loading up. Tries on a one-timer and a glove save made by Ottinger. Now that puck might have been heading wide on the short side. 59 seconds left in the trip against Petrovic, and the Oilers have come out flying in this first period. Game 3 at home with this best-of-7 Western Conference final tied at a game apiece. Edmonton has all 5 shots, an even-strength goal from Zach Hyman, and now the first unit stays on for the final minute of this power play.
Got to win draws. Jamie Benn's at 63% in the playoffs, Jack.
Ben will dig in. Talked about how late in his career, every trip this deep means a lot more than it did when he was a younger player. Now 34 years of age, and Bob, as you know, a goal and an assist on Saturday. He's had another solid postseason. Ben, tie up off the draw. Chance for Lindell to clear. He directs it behind his own net. Tanev will use the screen and flick it back to center. Draisaitl at the red line, surveys the situation. Nowhere to really move it. Drops it back to McDavid, but he's relatively stationary. Finds Nugent-Hopkins left wing. Closing quickly is Sam Steele, who played his Bantam and midget hockey in Sherwood Park. Over to the right-hand side, Draisaitl, a little give and go. Right circle, back to Bouchard. Doesn't pull the trigger. Now McDavid fires, save. Ottinger rebound, Draisaitl. Didn't go backhand short side. Squeezed off the puck. Jamie Benn, the Dallas captain, carefully guides it up the left-hand boards, and that will be all for the first unit. 10 seconds left on the power play. Edmonton leading Game 3, 1-0. As the Oilers look to take a 2-1 series lead into Wednesday's Game 4. That'll be a 6:40 puck drop as well. Oilers get it in deep. Dallas able to clear. Petrovic out of the box, and here come the Stars at full strength. Rope Hintz doesn't appear to be at full strength yet, as he bobbled that puck off his stick, and now you've got an opening for Adam Henrique up the right-hand side. Henrique and Hintz are the new additions in their lineups. McLeod out for Edmonton. Ty Dellandrea out for Dallas, who comes up ice. Here's Thomas Harley, a wrist shot, and Skinner, for the first time tonight, sees the vulcanized rubber and makes the save. It comes with 6 minutes and 14 seconds having elapsed in this first period, and Zach Hyman having already put Edmonton on top with his league-leading 13th goal of the playoffs. It's Edmonton 1, Dallas no score. This is Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. The Oilers Radio Network.
From your home to the ice rink, ATCO Energy is there. As the official energy provider of Rogers Place, we're also proud partners of the Edmonton Oilers. ATCO Energy, powering your place. Customers are free to purchase natural gas services or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822.
Hey parents, do you work in downtown Edmonton? Childcare is hard to find, but at Kepler Academy, inside Sun Life Place, we still have some space for children 12 months to 6 years old. Located at 101 23 Hull Street, Kepler Academy Sun Life Place is an award-winning early learning and childcare provider, voted Edmonton's top choice for 4 years in a row. Visit KeplerAcademy.ca. Mention this ad and your registration fees will be waived.
There's only one line of trucks that's outsold all others for 58 years. Only one with the available Power Boost hybrid engine on select models that delivers performance and efficiency. It's the truck that all others are measured by. You know the one. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Right now, lease the 2024 F-150 STX with black appearance package at 2.49% APR for up to 24 months with $4,800 down. That's just $228 bi-weekly. Visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
13:46 to go, first period. Edmonton 1, Dallas no score. Face-off coming to Stuart Skinner's left-hand side. Hyman from McDavid and Bouchard. That's the difference right now. Edmonton, an excellent start. Skinner just saw his first puck after the first 7 shots were credited to the homestanding Oilers. Face-off win, Joe Pavelski. We're going to do it again. And that's been a recurring theme throughout this Stanley Cup postseason, not just this series.
Look at how close these two series have been, though, Jack. You think of Florida and the Rangers.
Are you surprised?
Well,
I'm not.
I mean, look at the NBA. They got, there's 2 right now, 3
Both 3 games to none. Well, that's why guys like Charles Barkley say the Stanley Cup playoffs are far and away the best postseason of the 4 major professional sports. That's a guy who grew up in Leeds, Alabama. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you the closest NHL team. I guess it would be Nashville. Wrist shot off the rush and a save made on Ryan Suter by goaltender Stuart Skinner. Face-off coming to Skinner's right-hand side. I also, as I'm sure you did, but we should update our listeners, Leon Draisaitl told Shaquille O'Neal to save some cash. I'm giving Barkley a signed jersey of mine. I think Shaquille got a little jealous. He told Leon, "I'll pay you not to give him a jersey." But Leon,
wow, those guys,
they love their hockey.
They're pretty good.
What did you think of Barkley's net front presence when he was doing the machinations?
I'll get to Barkley in a second.
Off the draw, here's Sam Carrick, right side of Stuart Skinner, and he'll loft one. That's deep into the Dallas zone, takes a big bounce, and they'll wave off icing. Miro Heiskanen unable to play it. Carrick a chance, and that wrist shot ended up over top off the plexi. Off a centering pass. Once again, the 4th line doing work here. It's Janmark, Ryan, and Carrick tonight. Kulak slashed the puck free and into the waiting arms of Ottinger. That's an excellent chip, Bob. Yeah. Start back in the Edmonton end. The 4th line now turns it over for an ozone start for Edmonton's top 6.
As you know, Bo Jackson's my favorite non-hockey athlete of all time. And was it not Charles Barkley when they were at Auburn together told Bo to stay out of the gym because he didn't need to be the 2nd best basketball player as well? Wasn't that the story?
Well, they both had their moments at Auburn. McDavid winning a face-off, right side of goaltender Jake Ottinger. Short side, Hyman tried to sneak it inside. Here's a shot redirected. Oh, what a wide open net, but Nugent Hopkins couldn't thread it through 2 stars. Here's Ekholm, high slot, shooting, and that deflected up into the mesh behind the Dallas net with 12.5 to go in the first period. Oilers won and the Stars no score.
Let's face it, we were watching, as explosive as Bo was in football, we are watching the most advanced hockey player of all time in Connor McDavid. We've never seen a guy this fast, this skilled before.
And yet, on his own team, you could argue that Leon Draisaitl has been just as clutch throughout his playoff career.
100%.
Off the draw, here's Hyman. Checked by Chris Tanev. Operating and dishing for Matthias Ekholm. Sliding behind the net, curling in front, back door. Hyman tips it home. 2-0 Edmonton. McDavid was at the side of the net. They're discussing. This might be Ekholm's goal. It might be an own goal. Edmonton had all kinds of traffic in front. And I think this is going to wind up being Ekholm's goal.
A great long cycle, and the Oilers fighting for space.
I thought McDavid brushed it in, but he's saying Dallas put it in.
Tyler Seguin.
It's right there,
tied up. We'll have to wait.
Very tough to tell. Ekholm put it in front.
I think it's Seguin. Went in off of Seguin.
Yeah, and McDavid instantly signaled that it's Ekholm's goal. Zach Hyman started the play, Bob, and Ekholm finished it by putting it into a heavy traffic area and a 2-goal lead in the series. Lead pass, left-hand side. We really didn't see that until the Dallas empty netter. Right-hand side, in over the line is Sam Steele. Dadonov hard to the net, and a save made by Stuart Skinner, who will cover. Edmonton briefly had a 2-goal lead, but it lasted less than 2 minutes in Game 1. Now the Oilers get a big stop from Skinner. Otherwise, Dallas, the same as Game 1, would have had a quick response there.
Oh, it was a great net drive from the Stars. And that's their 4th line, and that's what Dallas can do. And if Jenny Dadonov, he took it hard to the hole, and that takes courage to do that. And he went right into the high-rent district and got inside position on Vincent Desharnais, and Stuart Skinner's core strength was strong enough to keep the puck out of the net.
That's Edmonton's 12th goal from a defenseman in this Stanley Cup playoffs. Oilers playing their 15th game. A lot of support from the back end, most points, and now 12 goals from defensemen. Hoisted in deep, and that'll be covered by Ottinger on a high flip from center. Delivered by Kulak, and another offensive zone draw for Edmonton. And part of it is the Oilers are finding ways with Kulak getting in there on Ottinger to force Dallas to freeze it, and then Edmonton gets to start deep in the zone.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of juice they get out of Adam Henrique. Sometimes it's hard to come back, especially when you haven't played for multiple weeks at this pace. This is way faster than the Vancouver series.
Henrique had it, lost it off the face-off, and then cleared into the Edmonton bench area by Joe Pavelski. But any which way you slice it, the Oilers have come out here in Game 3 and rollicked to a quick start. That's going to be 9-2 now on the shot clock. By the way, our colleague Reed Wilkins informs me that Leeds to Nashville, 209 miles. So the way you drive, Bob, that's probably less than 3 hours.
Oh, all
off
day
the draw. Here's Jamie Benn.
3 hours. You know better than that.
Shoveling it across. Well, Connor Brown, I don't want every police force in the Edmonton metropolitan area to be tracking you tonight. Dallas's Jamie Benn trying to clear. Held in by Henrique. Now Brown, big hit on Warren Fogle. He was flattened by Esa Lindell, who scored the empty netter to seal Saturday's Dallas victory. 2-0 Edmonton here in Game 3. It's sent skipping in by Wyatt Johnston. Kulak will send it over to Cody Ceci. So an ideal start for Edmonton playing at home. They've got 18,000 fully behind them. Carrick will shoot it in. Sagan didn't get it out. Clubbed down low by Darnell Nurse. Tanev able to cut it off. He's checked by Ryan. Sagan comes over to Rope Hintz, and now on to Jason Robertson. Getting inside him is the 6'7" Vinny Desharnais, and he'll ram it off the boards and back into the Dallas zone as we come up on the midway point of this first period. Edmonton leading Dallas 2-0 in Game 3. The Oilers with home ice advantage now in the West Final. 3 of the final 5 games potentially this series will be played here in Edmonton. Robertson tried to tuck it inside for Hintz. He was smothered. Robertson this time leaves it in the corner. Played by Sagan out to the point. Weak shot by Lindell. Fluttered hopelessly wide. And the rebound is scooped by McDavid. Building speed through the neutral zone. Around Robertson. Hitting for the net with a wrist shot and a save made by Ottinger. What McDavid has come out and done here in Game 3 is forced Dallas to respect his shot.
Yep. Shooter's mentality.
Robertson, lead pass Craig Smith, little behind him. Bouchard. Remember, he had just the 2 goals before the overtime winner in Game 1. That was coming off a 100-assist season. Here's Ekholm, a slapper, redirected off a couple of skates. Harley out to Johnston, and he'll rather panic. Induced icing. I mean, that's one he didn't need to take. And it travels the length of the ice. Check it. That wasn't Johnston. That was Dodonov. My apologies. 63, not 53. 9:29 to go first period. 2-0 Edmonton.
As you know, Jack, I worked the 97, 98, 99, 2000, and 2001 series behind the scenes as a font coordinator and statistician. In 03, covered the series as a broadcaster.
Off the draw, shot by Ceci. Redirected wide.
Oilers taking a pocket knife to a gunfight back then. $55 million versus $20 million teams.
Thomas Harley. Loose puck. Leon Draisaitl out to Ceci. Whacked it wide. Edmonton won the first of those series. Dallas won the next 5. 5 in a 6-year span between 1998 and 2003. Clear by Heiskanen. Off the glove of Ceci. 9th all-time meeting between these two franchises. Edmonton lost the 91 conference final. They blitzed Minnesota in 4 straight on their way to the first Stanley Cup in 1984.
They were on fumes in 91 that year.
Kulak, left-hand side, well gutted after surviving a Calgary series where they were down in games and ultimately down 3-0 in Game 7 before rallying to win on an Essa-Tekin an overtime winner. Shoveled in by Warren Fogle. Here's Brown, tried to tuck it inside. That was deflected away. Desharnais did not hold the zone. Nurse will have to come back and tag up. Dallas able to regain puck possession. But the Stars just 2 first-period shots thus far. And we're now showing 8 minutes on the clock. Edmonton with a 2-0 lead in Game 3. Fogle from behind his own net starts up the left-hand side. Cut off by Duchesne and Marchment. But then it was pulled free by Henrique. He'll trade the puck with Brown and smartly try to get it in deep. Knocked down by Petrovic and cleared back through the middle. Desharnais to center ice and a hard hit levied on Matthias Janmark, who of course played all 27 games in the bubble here on Dallas's way to the 2020 final. A steal by Derek Ryan at center. And some fans thought Ryan was cross-checked by Marchment. In over the line, Wyatt Johnston heading for the net. Wrist shot off Skinner's glove and sailed wide. Rebound cleared by Sam Carrick up to the middle of the ice and flashed forward by Janmark. Knocked down by Ottinger, the Dallas goalie. On to Chris Tanev, and a reset for the Stars with 7:10 in a roaring Rogers Place first period. Lead pass up the right-hand side, a cacophony of sound. Nugent Hopkins gives it up. McDavid hard to the net. Now takes it behind on his backhand, pulls up left circle. Pressure coming from 2 Stars. Bouchard tried a shot, pinballed around directly to Stankoven, and he'll scoop back through the middle. 6:40 to play in the first, and the Oilers pick it up. Ekholm wires a pass ahead for Zach Hyman, who has a goal and an assist already in this game. He'll feed it down low. Nugent Hopkins, and then missing an open chance. And what an opportunity for Edmonton right there. Backing off, Connor McDavid. Can't believe he missed that one. What a feed. McDavid's thinking should be 3-0. Robertson tried to tuck it inside. McDavid, little give and go with Nugent Hopkins up to the red line, and then he'll wedge it behind the Dallas defense. Dylan Holloway after it. Got buried in the corner by Ryan Suter at age 39. Pavelski is 39. Corey Perry, a healthy scratch tonight for Edmonton, is also 39. Stars flick it out of the corner. Nurse conservatively fell back and allowed Sagan to shoot it into the Edmonton zone. Skinner off to Vinny Desharnais with 5:40 to go in this first period. Nurse up the left-hand side, picked off and slapped back in by Petrovic. Sam Steele around the boards. Craig Smith first on it for Dallas. Threw it behind the net. After it one more time was Steele. Dadonov had a good chance early. Tried to put it in front. That was broken up. Dadonov has actually had a handful of scoring chances in this series. Hasn't buried one yet. Here's Kane through the wickets of Holloway. Taken off the corner boards by Craig Smith. Dallas right to left. Lead pass that looked offside, and a late call whistled against Dadonov by Steve Barton with 5:10 remaining in this first period. Edmonton has outshot Dallas 10-3. The Oilers have taken the fight to the Stars, and this time, well, to use Bob's analogy, they brought more than just a pocket knife. They brought Connor McDavid and his friends, who've built a 2-0 lead here in the first period of Game 3. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
McDavid trying to come in with speed. Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores!
Hey, Rogers customers and hockey fans. Rogers wants you to win big this Stanley Cup playoffs.
Connor McDavid! Fantastic!
You could win a VIP trip to the Stanley Cup final, plus hundreds of prizes, courtesy of Rogers Beyond the Sea. For your chance to win, visit Rogers.com/Stanley Cup. That's Rogers.com/Stanley Cup.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
From your home to the ice rink, ATCO Energy is there. As the official energy provider of Rogers Place, we're also proud partners of the Edmonton Oilers. ATCO Energy, powering your place. Customers are free to purchase natural gas services or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
Face off right side of Ottinger. For what it's worth, I thought it might have gone off the toe of McDavid's stick, and for right now, they've given McDavid credit for his 4th goal of the postseason. So it's 2-0 Edmonton. If it is McDavid's goal, it's from Ekholm and Hyman. Off the draw, far post, Oilers digging at it, and unable to brush it home was Warren Foegele. So right now, McDavid and Hyman each have a goal and an assist, and Bouchard and Ekholm with helpers.
But this is good for Edmonton. The amount of offensive zone time they've had, even in that sequence there.
Well, they've only given up 2 shots.
Foegele drives the net from back behind the goal. If that puck ricochets off a skate, you never know, it might end up in the net.
Another face-off win for Adam Henrique. Played down low by Brett Kulak. It's been an overwhelming first period thus far for Edmonton. I mean, just an ideal start at home against, again, the league's best road team, both during the regular season and the postseason. Smacked in by Cody Ceci. Ottinger handles it on the border of the trapezoid. Matt Duchesne will nudge it over to Heiskanen. He turns it over. Foegele the steal. Centering pass off a skate. And that went right to Esa Lindell. 3-on-2, right to left for Dallas. In over the line. A centering pass. Duchesne tried to shot. Deflected away. Marchment will grab it. Top of the right circle. Roll it over to Lindell. Now Harley, a shot and a save for Stuart Skinner. Just the third he's needed to make in this first period. 4:12 remaining. Edmonton 2, Dallas no score in Game 3.
I know what Fogel's trying to do. He's trying to create a look.
Take another stride.
And don't fuel their transition. This is the best off-the-rush team in the NHL. If he takes another stride, puts it to the puck, to the net, shoots it off a low pad, the puck stays in their zone.
And even if he doesn't shoot, you've drawn more attention to you, and the seam might be there. It wasn't there when he released it.
And that ended up fueling their transition the other way.
Got his first point in 12 games the other night. Factored in the only Edmonton goal scored by Connor Brown from Foegele and Ceci. There's 1-1 heading into the early third, and then Marchment tapped home the eventual game winner. Off the draw, Oilers move it up the right-hand side. Janmark able to negate icing. Derek Ryan dances to the middle. Tried to put it on the tape of Carrick, and that was picked off and cleared and brought the other way by Logan Stankoven. He'll pick it up in the corner. 2 times a gold medal winner for Canada at the World Juniors. Watches as the Oilers break out. Janmark to Carrick. A wrist shot off the rush. A backhander stopped on the rebound against Darnell Nurse. But just what you were talking about there, Bob. Yep. Carrick kept the shot low and created a second chance for his hockey team. Cleared by the Stars. Now McDavid hustling down the right-hand side. Lots of speed. In over the line and tried to backhand it in front. That went through everyone. Lindell. And Dallas has been on its heels virtually the entire period. The shots are 13-3. The score 2-0. Stars roll it toward the Edmonton net. Guided to Bouchard by Skinner. But Bouchard turns it over. Robertson left wing. Rope hints. A very quiet first period in his return to action for the first time since Game 4 of the Colorado series. Shot by Heiskanen and redirected wide. Hintz then chopped it over the net. And it was picked up and cleared by Nugent-Hopkins. Bouncing puck, corralled by Hyman, but it's going to be offside, I believe. And there's the whistle with 2:43 to go in the first period. And Hyman took an extra pop for his trouble. But now Hyman is up to 17 points, Bob, meaning that Edmonton has 5 of the top 6 scores in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And more importantly, a 2-0 lead in Game 3 of this Western Conference Final. Back to sold-out Rogers Place in just a moment with more Ford dealers Oilers NHL hockey. The Oilers Radio Network.
Discover the epitome of elegance at Alberta Diamond Exchange, dedicated to crafting unforgettable moments with exquisite jewelry collections for over 2 decades. From stunning engagement rings to timeless wedding bands and anniversary treasures, the Alberta Diamond Exchange commitment extends far beyond I do. Your journey with Alberta Diamond Exchange is not just about jewelry. It's about an unparalleled experience. Check out the Aspen Glen Landing Boutique in Southwest Calgary. And for more information, head to avdiamond.ca today.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
International Union of Operating Engineers Local 955 is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Oilers 50-50 jackpot at $2.23 million right now, and you've got plenty of time to get in for your early bird prizing. $10,000 cash and a Ford Bronco, benefiting Make-A-Wish Canada and the YMCA of Northern Alberta. Neutral zone face-off for the Edmonton Oilers. Waved out of the circle will be Henrique. Connor Brown loses it to Joe Pavelski right in front of the Dallas bench. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you. Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. This is Game 3 of the West Final, and Edmonton has a 2-0 lead late first period. Hacked in by Thomas Harley. Caught up in the corner by Henrique and Kulak. Twisted free for Ceci. He's able to locate Connor Brown. Back to the left side for Kulak, and he'll slip one through Sam Steele. Intercepted by Chris Tanev. Rolled it over. Harley tried to put it up the gut. That was batted around. Hand pass is legal in your own zone. And Ceci executes to Connor Brown. Sent in deep by Warren Fogle, and Dallas will have to give chase. 18 minutes have been played, and the Stars have 3 shots on net. Dadonov against Darnell Nurse, and he's erased along the end boards. Zach Hyman and Connor McDavid at this point have been credited with a goal and an assist tonight. That's the difference, 2-0. As the Oilers roll in, Kane, Holloway, and this man, Leon Draisaitl, from the right half boards. Feeds Nurse. Tried to give it back to him, and that's a long way for that pass to travel, Bob. And Dallas able to deflect and clear inside the Edmonton blue line. Desharnais will reel it in for the Oilers. Left to right in this first period of play. Here's Holloway hitting the Dallas line. Change of pace behind the net. Check by Suter. One-timer ripped wide by Ekholm. Holloway's had a terrific series thus far. Bouchard's shot was blocked, and Stankoven, that one hobbled him a bit.
He's hurt for certain.
Here's Bouchard. Golfed in by McDavid. Along the end board, Suter. Yeah, Stankoven's underneath. Now maybe he's trying to walk it off. Minute to go. Ben will put it up the right-hand boards. Backing off, Nugent Hopkins tried to feed Zach Hyman. He'll skate into it and negate icing with 45 seconds left in the period. Jason Robertson can't clear. Nugent Hopkins to Ekholm. Gets it back, top of the left circle. A shot, and that was blocked in front. And Suter will leave it the right-hand side for Robertson. He'll spin, he'll look, he'll fire from the right circle, and took too long getting the shot off. Hyman came over to deflect it harmlessly out of play with 31 seconds left in the frame, and Edmonton on top, 2-0.
Great stick there from Zach Hyman as Nugent Hopkins had lost his stick in a reverse pivot off the boards from Jason Robertson, who's a highly talented player.
Oilers 8-1 following a loss the last 2 postseasons. The only time they suffered back-to-back defeats last year was games 5 and 6 of the Vegas series. They're 4-0 in this postseason.
75-53, they outshot Vegas in those 2 games, Jack, as you know. Lost them both.
Aiden Hill, very good. Oilers goal differential following a loss in this postseason, 20-7 right now. Here's Derek Ryan lifting back through the middle. Batted down by Harley. Ottinger to Harley again, and he whiffed on it. Now Adam Henrique will try to make him pay here with 10 seconds. Angled off by Jamie Benn. Heiskanen, right-hand side. Dallas trying to get a chance. Dodonov stymied as he hit the Edmonton line. 3 seconds, and Leon Draisaitl will skate off the remaining time. And a virtuoso first period turned in at home by the Edmonton Oilers. Dominant. Shot clock 13-3. In fact, the last two first periods now 29-7 in favor of Edmonton. But unlike Game 2 in Dallas, where the score was tied 1-1, the Oilers take a solid 2-0 advantage into the second period. Let's go ringside with our own Brendan Escott.
Yeah, the line buzzing with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on it and getting on the scoreboards just within a couple minutes of the opening puck drop. Are you guys at a point now where that doesn't mean a whole lot, or is it pretty impactful when you can come back here on home ice and, you know, put something up on the board real early?
I think it's definitely important to get out to a good start, whether you score or not. But obviously, getting that first one it's a lot easier to play with the lead. It gives you some life, and I thought we followed up well.
What were you doing out there that was just allowing for such puck possession and really not allowing Dallas much of anything offensively?
I mean, it's cliche, but we were simple and we were just skating. Everything's got to go in. We got to get guys on the forecheck, have guys coming out. I mean, it's a simple recipe, but that's where we play our best.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you, Brendan Escott. Shots 13-3, score 2-0. McDavid and Hyman each with a goal and an assist. And regardless of what they eventually decide on that second Edmonton goal, Connor McDavid has hit the century mark in terms of playoff points in 64 games. Of course, Leon Draisaitl earlier in this postseason did it, I believe, in 60. So you've got two of the four Oilers in this game, the fastest all time ever to hit 100 points. The other two guys are a couple of guys who wore the same numeral on their back, 99 and 66 consecutively, Gretzky and Lemieux. So heady company. Yeah. We've been down that road before. That's nothing new. What I've been impressed with is, you know, we weren't sure whether one team would be able to assert control of a game, let alone a series. And yet Edmonton came out in that first period, Bob, and did assert itself emphatically. They weren't treading water. They weren't feeling out the Stars to see what Dallas would bring.
I would even assert to you, Jack, that the Stars were lucky that some of Edmonton's zone time didn't end up in a couple more lucky bounces going for some open looks. Edmonton had the puck. I would bet you 2-1 in terms of offensive zone time in that period. The Oilers are doing a little bit better job in the face-off circle. The only thing that didn't work for Edmonton in that first period was the power play. And that part of the reason that happened is the Stars killed the first minute off because Edmonton lost the draw, and then the Stars did a real good job taking McDavid's time and space away on the drop and delay on the individual zone entry. So one thing we've seen about the Oilers is they're so gifted on the power play. This is the best power play we've seen in the modern era of the NHL. I mean, we said last year the Oilers were the first team to have 4 consecutive years over 25%. Well, it's 5 consecutive years now. 4 consecutive years since the late 1980s, early 90s with the Calgary Flames. Nobody's ever had 5 years like this, like Edmonton. So other than the power play, that was a textbook.
Which came relatively early in the game.
It did.
Even though they were already up 1-0, it came.
And they did get a couple looks in the final minute of it. So a good first period for Edmonton. However, then they used to say the 2-0 lead was the worst lead in hockey. And unfortunately for the Oilers, Dallas.
They had a 2-0 lead in game one. Now, but that's why I pointed it out, Bob. This time they kind of held it.
They've
let it sit.
It's got a different feel to it, and I love the fact that they're a better team when they split up McDavid and Draisaitl. When they have to go to the whip, they go to McDavid and Draisaitl. But when they're up 2-0 in a game, you can sit there and roll them over. I thought, I do think they missed McLeod's speed a little bit down the middle, but Henrique's a real smart player, knows where to go.
And I thought the fourth line had a couple good shifts in that period.
But how many times have we said that? The issue for Edmonton has been the lack of productivity from their third line. So a good period for Edmonton, one that they can build on, and something to monitor and watch. Logan Stankoven, he took that BB right off the foot. He went straight off. He's been a real good addition for the Stars. That'd be a big loss for them if he can't continue.
Yeah, along with Wyatt Johnston, some, fresh, young talent have arrived in Dallas and complemented some of their older stars like a Joe Pavelski, a Tyler Seguin, a Matt Duchene. And now you've got, to watch Stankoven to see whether he's ready to go for period 2. But the Stars will certainly be hoping for a better 40 minutes moving forward than their opening 20. And that was the same case in Game 2, except this time, again, as we pointed out, Edmonton's got the lead here in Game 3. Reed and Rob are next. This is Four Dealers NHL Hockey. And Game 3 of the Western Conference Final, the Stanley Cup Playoffs. The Oilers Radio Network.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
Straining to find the right home? You're going to love this. For a limited time, get back in the game with a free Oiler Fan Cave basement by Coventry Homes. This playoff package includes a free basement, plus an exclusive Oiler Fan Cave, complete with their signature customizable designs and top shelf finishes at no additional cost. Because flexibility is within reach. Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
McDavid fires again and scores! Edmonton a 1-0 lead. McDavid banks it off Zach Hyman. And the Oilers, 2 minutes in, lead Game 3.
Quick strike for the Oilers, 2:02 into the game. Hyman gets his 13th for McDavid and Bouchard. Then at 7:37, McDavid is 4th from Ekholm and Hyman. That's your look into the highlight zone for Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. So 2-0 for the Oilers after the first period. The shots, well, they've updated them again. It now says 11-3 in favor of the Oilers, Rob. But for the second first period in a row, the Oilers carry the play, tied after the first period 2 days ago. But tonight they have a 2-0 lead.
Well, we've talked about it many times. When you dominate a period, when you're the better team, you need to be rewarded. The Oilers weren't in Game 2, but they certainly were tonight. They deserved a 2-0 lead, probably deserved more. It's shocking that a few more of those didn't bounce past Ottinger as there's pucks all around them. They were bouncing through the blue paint. The Oilers getting second and third whacks at it. It's funny, the shots at one time I think were 14-3, now they're 10-3, but it was a period where all the play seemed to be to our right in the offensive zone for the Oilers. They just created turnovers, put pucks on nets. McDavid has his fast skates on tonight as he is all over the place. But you also need breaks, and we talked about it before the game. When two good teams play each other, you need to get breaks, and when you get them, take advantage of them. On the first goal, the Oilers changed. Evander Kane was coming up, and he was just trying to dump the puck in. And the Oilers had no numbers. But when Evander Kane went to dump it, he was about to shoot it in and go back to the bench. But when he dumped it, he knocked Ryan Suter's stick out of his hand. And all of a sudden, Evander just stayed on the puck because Suter had no stick. Evander Kane finds McDavid coming in, and now the Oilers get zone time, and 5 seconds later, it's in the back of the net. If Suter doesn't drop his stick, Evander Kane changes. The Dallas Stars get the puck and they're out of the zone. But a break happened, and the Oilers took full advantage of it.
Yeah, the McDavid line is just sensational. I mean, not to take anything away from the other lines, but man, oh man, absolutely flying. And like you said, Rob, keeping pucks alive. Skinner not busy. And they keep taking shots away from the Oilers. It was 13-3 at the end of the period, so 10-3. But I thought that Dadonov net drive, Rob, I mean, that's a big save. That's less than 30 seconds after the Oilers went up 2-0.
Well, it could have half the score, and all of a sudden, the momentum of a 2-0 lead and the ability to extend it to 3 is over. So Skinner had to make a save. And I mean, we've talked before, Skinner was lonely down there for a long stretch of that period where there was, not only was there no shots, there was just no play in his zone. So sometimes you wonder where the focus is, but a big moment of the game, Stuart Skinner comes up with a big save. So it's 2-0, should be 4-0. I imagine Dallas will be better in the second period, but the Oilers have got to feel very good about the way they've come out. And we just heard Jack Michaels talk about it. Stankoven blocked a shot at the end of the period.
Yep.
The Dallas Stars have been hard-pressed getting scoring chances and scoring goals in this series. Stankoven is a very good young hockey player. That would be a big loss. Give him credit for getting in front of the Bouchard shot. But as Bob and Jack said, as soon as it hit his foot, he went straight off the ice, down the hallway, and right into the dressing room. We'll see if he comes back for the second period.
And Rob, one thing we talked about in the first two games was Dallas, and the Oilers have commented on defending it, they have a forward flying the zone. Seeing it in person, it's almost like shocking how far away the Dallas forward will be once they think there might be a change of possession.
Yes, and the way to combat that is speed on your forecheck. Don't allow a Dallas player to get, or a Dallas defender to get time and space, because they're trying to find the puck and they want to flip it out or fire it up. But if you don't allow them to, and you create a turnover, now the Edmonton Oilers will have numbers. So Dallas was caught I think it was like the second shift of the first game on a breakaway. But since then, the Oilers have been very good defending it. They're not giving up a whole lot of odd man rushes. And what happens is when Dallas doesn't get it out, their high man is behind the Oilers. So now the Oilers have a 5-on-4, and they've taken advantage of it in this game. As you've seen a couple defensemen being left open because his player is in the neutral zone, and they've created good shots from the back end.
50-50 at $2.3 million. The draws after Game 4, helping out Make-A-Wish Canada, YMCA of Northern Alberta, and the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation initiative, Every Kid Deserves a Shot. 8 p.m. early bird draw for $10,000, $830 for a Ford Bronco. 2-0 Oilers lead the Stars after 1. Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
When you play the largest 50-50 in sports, everybody wins. Your support makes all of Oil Country a better place. A place of kindness, caring, and compassion. Uplifting those in need, changing lives forever. The largest 50-50 pot in professional sports is currently growing by the second. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com and help change lives today. Maybe even your own.
AGLC license number 645766.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Blue collar work deserves big dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit HeavyMetalEquipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
This is Global News. I'm Randy Kilburn. If you own property in Edmonton, you can expect to see your property tax notice for this year in your mailbox or your inbox soon. More than 425,000 notices have been sent out by the city. Payment deadline, by the way, is Friday, June the 28th. It's normally the 30th of June, right? But June 30th is the Sunday of the Canada Day long weekend. 4 of Canada's university presidents acknowledging anti-Semitism is a problem on campus, and they have a lot more work to do. Concordia University President Graham Carr used his testimony before a parliamentary committee to highlight several incidents since the start of the Israel-Hamas war, including what he described as a, quote, disgraceful attack on the Jewish group Hillel Concordia. The 4 university presidents' testimony on Parliament Hill comes as Jewish leaders, students, and faculty raise concerns about an increase in hate speech and violence on campus, and pro-Palestinian encampments continue continually being set up. I'm Randy Kilburn. Your next scheduled newscast is during the second intermission of tonight's playoff game here on 630 CHED.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton Airport. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, you can always enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options or try your luck at off-track betting. And now you can feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Century Casino has it all. Come for the action, stay for the fun.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm proud to call myself an Albertan. You know, after years of touring this great province in my Ford F-150, I've learned the value of driving a tough, capable, smart truck. Whether you're working for the weekend or long-hauling it like I am, there's an F-150 for every Albertan, with plenty of options to choose from, like available Pro Power on board. So if you're looking for a new truck, stop by your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PV sent you.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Time to check the scoreboard for Pizza 73, official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. After 2 periods at the Memorial Cup, London leading Moose Jaw 5-3. NBA playoffs tonight. Pacers up 63-62 on the Celtics. About 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. Celtics going for the sweep. Blue Jays beat the White Sox 5-1. Oilers coming out for the second period with a 2-0 lead on Dallas. Jack and Bob next. Fort Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Until June 8th, make the shift to more savings at Fountain Tire and get up to $200 off a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 or more. Restrictions apply. Financing available. Book online today. I can tell by the look on your face you're thinking about it.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
As the excitement heats up on the ice, why not heat things up at home too with Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. There's no better pairing for hockey than hot, delicious pizza delivered right to your door. So whether you're cheering from the arena or your living room, make sure you've got Pizza 73 on your team. Order now and fuel your playoff passion with the perfect pie. Remember, on game nights, don't just watch, deliver with Pizza 73.
Until June 8th, make the shift to more savings at Fountain Tire and get up to $200 off a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 or more. Restrictions apply. Financing available. Book online today. I can tell by the look on your face you're thinking about it.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
2-0 Edmonton as we bring you back inside Rogers Place for the second period of Game 3. McDavid and Hyman credited with the goals on that second goal. They've now made an estimation that it was somehow kind of shot in by Tyler Seguin. I think that's going to be reviewed, but right now it's McDavid unassisted, so they've taken assists away from Ekholm and Hyman, which seems really odd. They've also, of course, taken not 1, not 2, but 3 shots away from the Oilers, so the shot clock 10-3 after 1. Bottom line is, it was a very good first period for the Edmonton Oilers. They won 12 of 22 draws, and here we go with period 2. Connor McDavid against Jamie Benn, the 2 captains, and Ben shoots it in off the draw. Stuart Skinner slipped it through Ben. That was a little dangerous. Here's Wyatt Johnston. Ben tried to fork it inside looking for Stankoven. Taken away and cleared. So Stankoven none the worse for wear, Bob. We have one answer already.
There you go.
And a lead pass up the left-hand side by Lindell. That's going to be picked off. Nugent Hopkins sends it over to Ekholm, and then he might have put too much on this. No, they're going to wave off icing and force Lindell to play it from right corner to left corner. And Heiskanen watches a reverse hit by McDavid. He fought off. Good play by Johnson to get through that. Jamie Benn with a clear to Lindell. Now Wyatt Johnston back to Lindell. The puck at his feet, and he can't get a shot away. Lead pass, left wing. McDavid from Ekholm, crisscrossing over the line, feeds Hyman, takes it to the net, and poke checked away by Ottinger, and a quick shot sent wide by Warren Foegele charging onto the ice.
That was offside.
Lindell up the left-hand side against Edmonton.
Yep.
Here's Sagan walking in, wrist shot on net, and a save made by Stuart Skinner. Rebound played out to Tanev. He waits, he shoots, and that just eluded the net. Now centering pass, and Sagan with another terrific look, and a good save by Stuart Skinner. Boy, Sagan has had some terrific chances in this series. Scored twice in Game 1, which was won by Edmonton 3-2 in overtime. Dallas won 3-1 on Saturday in Game 2. Here's Brown with a step, but he couldn't get a shot away and was sent awkwardly into the inboards while Sagan cleared to Robertson in over the line. He's got Sagan as a trailer, tried a shot. That was deflected away by Foegele and grabbed by Rope Hintz, making his return after a 4-game injury absence. Robertson shovels it back to Suter, over to Petrovic. I don't think Hintz looks close to 100%, by the way.
Fighting his way through it.
Robertson, right-hand side. Now controlling is Matt Duchesne. Joe Pavelski through the official. Curls it out to the point. Suter, high slot, Duchesne. Duchesne spins, waits, dishes. That was bobbled by Pavelski. Gives it up. Joining the fray, Duchesne. Pried loose by Henrique. Duchesne came back into Ceci. Popped it free. Darnell Nurse an attempted clear. Held in by Suter. His wrist shot. Flies wide. Short side. And Duchesne will put it back down low for Mason Marchment. Beneath the goal line. Good shift for Dallas here. Open Pavelski fires at a save made. Stuart Skinner rebound. And another save. Skinner trying to tuck it inside a second time. Unable to do so, Duchesne. Wrestled by Darnell Nurse behind the net. Now Joe Pavelski. Just one goal all postseason. Out to the point, Petrovic gives it up. Now a shot, Duchesne. Fought up by Skinner. Rebound, Pavelski on the doorstep. Failed to finish. Still loose above the blue paint. Marchment had it blocked by Darnell Nurse. That would have been in had it not been for the presence of Nurse. The Stars stay with it. Suter to Marchment. Loading up. Can't get a shot away. Wrist shot, Craig Smith had it blocked. A furious flurry by the Stars. Crowd wanted a high stick against Darnell Nurse. Did not get it, but the Oilers finally were able to muscle a clear down the left-hand side. Connor Brown and Evander Kane on the puck and on the forecheck. Now Brown, exhausted, will come off.
Nurse is really upset. Got high stick.
Here's Sam Steele in from the right-hand side. Vinny Desharnais to Dylan Holloway. Center ice guided by Draisaitl. Evander Kane rolled it toward the Dallas net. I think the Stars were upset about some net front activity during that flurry. Here's a one-timer ripped off the side of the net by Evander Kane. Some in the crowd thought it was in. Cleared up to Dodonov, and he'll back his way through the middle. Sam Steele charging in left wing. Erased by the check of Holloway. The puck ends up on Dodonov's stick, but he was stripped from behind, and it was cleared by Draisaitl ahead to Janmark. Shot in by Desharnais. Thomas Harley scoops it up for Dallas. Trailing 2-0, but the Stars have come out and reeled off 7 consecutive shots to start this period. Make it 6. 10-9 now the shots, and that's basically on one shift. Stars dump it in. Skinner moved it up the right-hand side. Gathering steam. Sam Carrick shoots wide. Janmark on the rebound. Carrick behind the net. Check to the ice surface by Harley. Big hit in the corner on Jamie Benn, the Dallas captain. And the Oilers will defend back at center as the Stars were able to extricate the puck. Bouchard to Ekholm. That pass squirted between the wickets of Hyman and turns into an icing call with 15:09 to play in a second period that have seen the Stars outshoot the Oilers 7-0 in the first 5 minutes.
Well, Darnell Nurse thought he got high-sticked, and they missed a high stick against Connor Brown in Game 2 that ended up in Nurse. We talk all the time. He's always on his knees. Well, that time he blocked a shot.
With his rear end.
Yes, and then he got high-sticked, and there was no call. Neither of the two linesmen saw it. Frischl didn't see it, and obviously he's not bleeding, I don't think. But Brown was bleeding. Jack.
Marchment shot it right back into Nurse. A clear by Ekholm. Center ice Heiskanen, and now offside is Jason Robertson, and the faceoff will come all the way back into the Dallas zone. Or are they going to say outside the blue line? I thought that was a deliberate offside. And they're going to give Dallas a neutral zone faceoff here. 14:57 to go second period. Yes, it is rare, especially from that distance, to block a shot with your posterior the way Darnell Nurse just did, but highly effective. Well, and preserves the 2-0 lead for Edmonton.
They talk about fronting pucks.
That was backing. Here's Evan Bouchard lifting it back in off the neutral zone draw. Oilers trying to get back to work in the O zone here in this second period. Robertson out to Miro Heiskanen. He hustles it across the line. Short pass batted down by Ekholm. Rope Hintz held the zone, sent it down low for Sagan. He tried to give it for Robertson. Hintz on the puck. If this continues, one-timer score. I was just going to say it was a matter of time, and Jason Robertson buries it top right corner off a beautiful feed, and you could feel that one coming. A well-earned goal. Robertson's fourth of the postseason and his first in 11 games. And we've got game on in Game 3. It's 2-1. Hintz put it on a tee, and Robertson made no mistake.
Well, the Oilers lost a couple puck battles down low. Edmonton's taken a surprisingly long look at this. But to me, it was a good goal all the way. I don't think it was offside or anything like that.
Time 5:35. Robertson from Hintz, who again had been quiet, but just a backhand pass to the top of the left circle, and Robertson smoked it. And that was the form that resulted in him getting back-to-back 40-goal seasons in 2022 and 2023. A face-off win for the Stars at center ice. Dallas pours right back in.
They have really leaned on the Oilers here at the start of this period.
Nurse trying to clear. Kept alive by Marchment. He'll scamper behind the net, tried to bank it off Skinner. That was redirected to Draisaitl and cleared by Holloway. Up the left-hand side, Marchment carries it back in. Tried to go lateral with it over to Pavelski. Sagan will get the second assist, by the way, on the Robertson goal. So the Stars are on the board. They trail 2-1. And again, Edmonton a little bit sloppy, not getting it out of its own end. Finally poked away from Duchesne. And here's Leon Draisaitl, stutter stepping his way into the offensive zone. Kane dropped to one knee, defended by Lindell. Up top, takes a shot off a glove belonging to the Dallas Stars, Matt Duchesne, and that rockets out of play. 6 1/2 lopsided minutes have been played in the second period. The Stars have taken all 8 shots on net, and one has gone in. Jason Robertson has made Game 3 a 2-1 lead for the Edmonton Oilers at Rogers Place with Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. Are you ready, guys?
We were born ready. Heck yes, Nuge. Drop the beat.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
We freaking killed it, Nuge. That's what I'm talking about, Zachary Martin Hyman.
Nice guys. We're going to sell a lot of air conditioners.
Hey, doesn't Legacy offer no payments and no interest for a year on those?
Yeah, well, thanks for the assist on the copy points there, Nuge.
It's just what I do.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Hey parents, do you work in downtown Edmonton? Childcare is hard to find, but at Kepler Academy, inside Sun Life Place, we still have some space for children 12 months to 6 years old. Located at 101 23 Hull Street, Kepler Academy Sun Life Place is an award-winning early learning and childcare provider, voted Edmonton's top choice for 4 years in a row. Visit KeplerAcademy.ca. Mention this ad and your registration fees will be waived.
Ready to score big on your outdoor space? It's game time with Park Landscaping. Transform your backyard into a winning arena with Park Landscaping's expert team. From design to maintenance of lush lawns and state-of-the-art synthetic turf to inviting pools and captivating water features, Park Landscaping will make your outdoor space the MVP. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with Park Landscaping. Call 780-486-2744 today or email info@parklandscaping.ca.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
2-1 hockey game, Edmonton. 13:34 to play second period. Carrick won the faceoff. First period, lopsided in favor of the Oilers. Second period, dramatically so in favor of the Stars. Oilers haven't gotten out of the blocks yet. Here's a wrist shot by Derek Ryan, top of the circles. That's deflected over top. Janmark to Kulak. Left wing shot blocked. Rebound Janmark on it and tracked by Miro Heiskanen. Jack and Bob with you. Kulak a shot that pinballed wide. We're live in our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. 18,347 crammed into Rogers Place on a gorgeous Monday night in downtown Edmonton. Brown had his stick lifted and cleared with ease by the Stars' Sam Steele. Up the right-hand side, Craig Smith, he'll go nowhere. And the Oilers back the other way. On the move is Connor Brown. Wrist shot left circle, and that was swallowed up. Rebound back behind the net, Ryan Suter for Dallas. Up to Dodonov, and he tried to send it ahead for Wyatt Johnston. Lofted back in by the Oilers, and Ottinger turns it over to Warren Fogle. He'll send it around. He wanted to get it on Desharnais' stick, but Ben intercepted ahead to Wyatt Johnston over the line. Wrist shot save. Skinner rebound came back into him, and he made a sprawling stop. A collision in front involving Darnell Nurse and Logan Stankoven, and that puck came right back into Skinner, and the 6'4" Edmontonian made a good reactionary stop.
Warren Fogle again, Jack. He had the puck at the near side corner, and I'm not sure what he was doing, but he fed their transition the other way. Don't beat yourself.
It's a good stop by Skinner.
Fought it off, and we know Wyatt Johnson can really rip the puck.
24 goals as a rookie, and he was not a Calder finalist. 32 this year.
He's the best
to
player,
lead the Stars.
He's the best player from the 2021 draft, Jack. Right now.
Off the draw, sent in deep by Matthias Ekholm. After it is Thomas Harley. He'll escape Zach Hyman. Up the left-hand side, lead pass on the wing. Sagan tripped up, kept alive, high slot. Robertson, a shot to save Skinner. Bouncing rebound in front. Robertson shovels it home, and we're tied. Jason Robertson has come out and delivered 2 second-period goals, and the Dallas Stars, thoroughly outplayed in the opening 20 minutes, have turned in a decisive 8 minutes to start this second period and tied Game 3.
And it's been against Edmonton's top line both times, and that time they outmanned the Oilers down low, and nobody picked up the trailer. Robertson, as Ekholm had to sell out to get back into play. Robertson took the initial shot on goal, and then he found the loose change.
The shots are 11-0 in this period, and we played 8 minutes.
And the Oilers have had chances to put pucks on the net. They haven't been able to hit it. Got to dig in here if you're the Oilers.
Hintz will get an assist. Robertson, following his own shot, shoveled it over the left shoulder of Stuart Skinner. 2-2 our score. Lead pass, Brett Kulak, and he'll shovel it behind the Dallas defense. Right now, the Oilers just need to change some momentum here. They're getting taken to the proverbial woodshed in this second period. Joe Pavelski. It's amazing how the energy has changed, Bob. First period, all Edmonton. Second period, all Dallas. Here's Marchment looking for the lead. Left circle, threw it in front, pinballed around, and finally snatched by Draisaitl, who fell down to one knee before serving it up for Evander King. And it's popped back into the Dallas zone. And this crowd has been quieted significantly. Putting it up the left-hand side, Essa Lindell. And then ended up out of play, and a face-off will be in the Dallas zone, where Jake Ottinger hasn't seen anything resembling a puck in the first 9 minutes of this second period.
Well, I mean, it's strange, right? We thought the shots at the end of the first were 13-3. Turned out they were 10-3, and it's been 11-0 here, and the Oilers trying to recalibrate and get going. And the one line that actually had some offensive zone time was their fourth line.
One shift changed this game completely around.
They got 6 shots on goal in that shift. They didn't score, but
set the table for what was to come. Jamie Benn lining up against the draw, which will be taken by Sam Carrick of Edmonton. Offensive zone start for the fourth line. Carrick between Janmark and Derek Ryan. Nurse and Desharnais defensively. Carrick chased out, replaced by Ryan. And here's the captain, Jamie Benn. Derek Ryan's had a very good series and wins another faceoff. Nurse tried a shot, deflected into a scrum in front of the Dallas net, and calmly played up ice by Stankoven. And he got a late hit from Sam Carrick. Stars roll in. Here's Stankoven charging to the net. Wrist shot, score! And Dallas has taken a 3-2 lead. Wyatt Johnston's first goal of the series and the 8th of the playoffs. And in shocking fashion, Dallas has needed barely 9 minutes to turn a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead in Game 3.
Well, Vinny Desharnais turns the puck over, and they just attacked the crease, and the net probably could have been a penalty on the play on a backside hook, and Wyatt Johnson, there's no chance there. If I'm Chris Knobloch, do you not consider taking a timeout here?
Well, you've got the TV timeout coming up in the next minute. That's probably what he's thinking.
Right now, you got to survive that minute, Jack.
That's a fair comment. I think if it were 5 minutes into the period, it'd probably be timeout city. But approaching that midway point, you might need it now, especially when you're trailing. Down the right-hand side, the Stars pour back into the offensive zone. Sam Steele creating for Dodano.
They are first on pucks all over the ice.
Chris Tanev, center ice, and now moving in over the line and losing the puck left-hand side was Thomas Harley. The Oilers up to center. Warren Fogle with a giveaway. Now Dodano over the line. Left circle. Wrist shot. Missed high glove. Rebound comes out to Ryan Suter. As we approach the midway point of this hockey game, Kulak erased Sam Steele for the play. The Oilers lay it off the left-hand glass, and back to collect is Alex Petrovic. Bides his time up the middle, turned it over. The steal, Adam Henrique. In from the left-hand side, you've got Connor Brown. Checked off the puck by Rope Hintz. Petrovic to Suter. Up the left-hand side, slid out to Robertson, and kept alive ultimately for Petrovic to make a play to Tyler Seguin. Through the middle of the ice comes Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Hyman alongside. Nugent-Hopkins to Hyman. Puck comes free. Hintz to Seguin. And from center ice, he'll send it slithering past Ekholm and into the corner. Hard hit by Hintz on Evan Bouchard, but the puck squirts directly to Matthias Ekholm. He'll skate up the right-hand side. Crowd trying to revive the Edmonton Oilers. Bouchard, right wing for Zach Hyman. Edmonton does not have a shot in the second period. We played nearly 11 minutes. Hyman to Bouchard. High slot slapper, and that was redirected and out of the zone.
Can't get a puck through. Remember, they blocked a ton of shots in Game 2.
Well, in this period, Edmonton hasn't been in the zone. Nugent-Hopkins tried to get in deep. Lead pass, breakaway. Marchment, backhander, and he missed. Stuart Skinner might have gotten a piece of that puck. Mason Marchment with a chance for a fourth unanswered goal. And Stuart Skinner stared him down and I believe got it with his left wrist on a backhand bid by Mason Marchment, who had the game winner in Game 2. 8:47 to go, second period. That puck out of play. Marchment knows a missed opportunity. But Dallas has reversed this game dramatically, and the Stars lead it 3-2 in Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. The Oilers Radio Network.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game.
but they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown and Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Look, I know this is radio, so it's hard to show you how much is on sale during the Big One clearance event at End of the Road Flooring Centers, but it's a lot. Like this flooring, or this one, and all these. Yep, all at clearance pricing for a limited time. Now, you don't need to just imagine what it would look like, though. You can use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to upload a picture of your room to see the flooring in your actual home. Try it. Find something you love, then get a great deal on it at the Big One clearance event on now at End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
A stunning reversal of fortune here in the second period. Dallas has outshot Edmonton 14-0 after being outshot 10-3 in the first and trailing 2-0 after 20. Stars have reeled off 3 unanswered goals, and Edmonton probably fortunate it's not more. Holloway tried to back his way in on a lead pass from Cody Ceci, who's been reunited with Darnell Nurse, but it's offside, whistled against the Oilers.
The Oilers cannot right now complete a 5-foot pass, let alone a 50-foot pass, and Dallas is killing them in transition, which the Oilers knew was going to be an issue. Got to manage pucks. They've not managed pucks well in this period. And then Dallas is hard-pressed, forechecked, and Edmonton's turned over too many pucks.
Off the draw, snapped in deep. Stars unable to get the puck out of their own end. Evander Kane tries to go to work. Squeezed off by Thomas Harley, and now here's Matt Duchene. Trading the puck with Chris Tanev. Duchene over the line, drop past Marchment, cross ice to Pavelski. Marchment just stopped on a breakaway by Stuart Skinner. That would have made it 4-2. Esa Lindell, Pavelski, Duchene within the trapezoid. Surveys, angles a pass out to Miro Heiskanen. Now Marchment. He'll send it around the boards. Marchment back on it. Left half wall. Tried a cross-ice delivery. Broken up, and Edmonton's got a 2-on-1. Here's Kane and Draisaitl over the line. Stars an excellent job of backtracking, and all Kane can do is swing it around the boards for Leon Draisaitl. The Stanley Cup playoffs leading point getter coming into tonight, although McDavid is now pulled even with 25 for each player. Marchment had it and lost it, but Heiskanen was there in support, and the Stars left to right. They're in the white and Kelly green. Edmonton in the blue, orange, and white. Skinner around the boards. That's going to be picked up by Jamie Benn. Tried to slam it in front, deflected, and the Stars conservatively will back off. Nugent Hopkins hits the trailer. Connor McDavid, right wing, pulls up top of the circle, shoots, and a save made by Ottinger. And that might be Edmonton's first shot on goal this period, coming nearly 13 minutes into the frame, with Dallas having turned a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 lead in Game 3 of this West Final, with the series tied at a game apiece.
Well, by getting Roope Hintz back, the Stars could just roll over their lines. It's a huge difference maker for their team. This guy's a multiple-time 30-goal scorer. He might not be at 100% in terms of what he can do with his hand right now.
He's still got 2 apples.
And him and Robertson, the first one, the Oilers almost perfectly defended that. That's just a great goal. Now, it came after an unbelievable shift for Dallas, where they outshot Edmonton 6-0. Oilers need to dig in. They've loaded up McDavid and Draisaitl here.
Ben won the face-off against Draisaitl. The puck exited the zone. The Oilers know it. They've got to tag back up. So a 5-on-5 shift here. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman. Wristed down deep by Thomas Harley, in and around the board. Stars back on the puck. Jamie Benn, are you surprised by that maneuver, Bob? Because you said Edmonton's a much better team on separate lines. Here's Draisaitl to McDavid. Down the middle of the ice, drop pass Hyman. Trailer, Ekholm, drive, and that was deflected up on the plexi. And Draisaitl turned it over, and now Dallas the other way. Wyatt Johnston crisscrossing with Stankoven, shooting off the rush. Save made by Stuart Skinner. Rebound, and here's Hyman leaving it for Draisaitl. The return pass just a bit out of Hyman's reach. Zach Hyman earlier tonight scoring his 13th Stanley Cup playoff goal. Oilers led 2-1, and the Stars will put him on the power play as an errant throw down the right-hand side by Ryan Suter leaves the playing surface for a delay of game call at 13:45.
Well, that's Sam Carrick finishing a hit there. And McDavid and Draisaitl have had an extended shift here. But Sam Carrick went in, and Ryan Suter knew he was going to get hit. Got a little bit too much under it. Oilers get their second power play now. In this series, they're 0 for 4.
And they're 1 for their last 14. Now Edmonton's buying as much time as it can right now, but they're going to send out the first unit. Well, they were delaying as much.
Sure, they got to buy a face-off win. That's what they got to buy here. Sagan's at 57% in this series, Jack.
Sagan digging in against Leon Draisaitl. And we're going to drop the puck again. Another false start. Matt McPherson trying to drop it here. So a pivotal Atco power play. Atco Energy, your trusted Alberta retailer. Oilers trail 3-2, trying to get Game 3 even. A game they led after controlling most of the first period. Off the draw. It's freed up. Sam Steele. Wrap-up situation. McDavid out to Bouchard. Walks the line. Gives it back to his captain. McDavid. Right face-off dart. Back door. Tipped away from Nugent Hopkins. And Dallas will clear. Sagan didn't get it all the way down. Steele pressure on Bouchard. And then it's forced up by Lindell on Hyman. He challenged him right at the blue line. And Dallas can play chase here. Oh, a turnover. Here's Nugent Hopkins. Snapshot. And that deflected over the net. A mistake made by the Dallas Stars. They did not get it down the ice. Draisaitl takes it beyond the net. Short side, McDavid stopped. Rebound. Tanev can't put it into his goaltending pads. He tried to fork it over to the weak side, but Draisaitl takes control right circle. Now it's McDavid looking, dealing. Draisaitl back in front, tipped. Backhander and a save made on Hyman. Rebound loose. McDavid tries to center a second time, a third time, deflected up top. Nugent Hopkins, McDavid in front. Hyman backhander denied by Ottinger with a right pad. Stars can't get it clear. It's loose. It's Bouchard walking, high slot, dishing. One-timer and Draisaitl's stick exploded. It snapped up the left-hand side and through Evan Bouchard. His stick didn't break, Bob, but he just half-fanned on it.
Yeah.
I thought when he made contact there that his stick broke, but it did not. First unit stays out. Bouchard finds McDavid in over the line. Pressure at the line. A lunge by Ben. A clear down the right-hand side by Wyatt Johnston. And the Oilers' tired first unit comes off. Bouchard scampers back to collect. Nugent Hopkins wants a change as well. Bouchard stays out. Moves it over to Adam Henrique. He'll hit the line with speed. Send it over to Warren Fogle. Defended by Heiskanen. Henrique to the point. Ceci across to Nurse. Down the left-hand boards. It's Kane. Behind the net, Fogle. In front, Kane. Looking, shooting. Redirected. Ceci. Snatched the puck. Right circle. That was deflected. Into the official. Dallas back at full strength now. Ceci guides one over to Nurse. He'll rip it around the boards. Henrique challenged. Forced free, and Sagan will carry it out of the zone for the Stars with 4 minutes to play in this second period. Sagan was belted by Darnell Nurse, and he felt like he was slew-footed. Nurse up the right-hand side. Dallas has not been on the power play tonight. Ceci, a one-bouncer and a tough one. Short hop for Ottinger. Made the save and jammed off the boards and out by Sagan, who's still furious about that non-call. Here's Duchesne in from the right-hand side. Takes it hard against Vinny Desharnais, who relieved him of the puck. Duchesne got it back in front. Alex Petrovic not in shooting position. Gives it back to Matt Duchesne. Carrick on him. Stars work the puck around, but from the right half wall, another good play by Carrick. Up to Janmark, in over the line, but offside. Ryan felt he was pushed off, and he may very well have been, but it was an offside whistled against the Oilers, and now Desharnais and Carrick involved, with Marchment among others for the Dallas Stars, who have scored 3 unanswered goals in the second period of this Game 3 of the West Final to take a 3-2 lead on the road at Rogers Place. We'll come back with the final 3 minutes and change of this second period. And this is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
I'm Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And I'm Zach Hyman. And when we're not making juicy, sweet passes or having my goals disallowed, we're working for Legacy Heating and Cooling. You know, guys used to call me a plumber. And now they call you an AC repairman.
Nice. Hey, guys, you're not here to fix air conditioners.
You're here to sing the jingle.
Oh.
Well.
Okay.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy. No payments and no interest for 1 year from qualified installers. Legacy Heating and Cooling.
McDavid trying to come in with speed. Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores!
Hey, Edmonton. Rogers wants you to stay connected to your Edmonton Oilers.
Connor McDavid! Fantastic!
Catch every goal on Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network with Rogers 5G mobile plans. To learn more, visit rogers.com/5G. That's rogers.com/5G.
At Northern Lakes College, students work, raise their family, and complete their certificate, diploma, or partnership degree. With NLC's supported distance learning model, you can do it all in a flexible online classroom. Programs in academic upgrading, business, health, human services, resource technology, university studies, and more, including a wide range of courses available through continuing education. Skate into your new career in a learning environment that works for you. NorthernLakesCollege.ca. Everywhere you need them to be.
All games, all season.
You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
3-2 hockey game for Dallas. This is our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth location, 8th floor, Rogers Place, 50-50 jackpot at $2.42 million.
Garrick out against the Dallas top line. It's torched the Oilers for 2 goals in this game.
Still got 20 minutes to get involved for our early bird prize of a Ford Bronco tonight, benefiting the YMCA of Northern Alberta and Make-A-Wish Canada. Neutral zone faceoff controlled by Dallas. Batted by Nurse back through the middle, and a hand pass whistled against Edmonton, and a faceoff returning into the Oiler end with 3:03 remaining in a second period that has seen Dallas reel off the first 13 shots of the frame.
Edmonton's got to get out of this period, Jack. No worse than down by a goal. That was a critical save by Skinner, as you know, on the Marchment breakaway.
It's actually 14 in a row for Dallas at the start of this period. Edmonton got a couple of shots on the power play, but could not score. And Dallas on 2 goals by Jason Robertson. And the go-ahead goal by Wyatt Johnston, who was drafted 1 pick after Xavier Bourgault went to Edmonton. Off the draw, Alex Petrovic. Suter off the boards, flipped in front. Draisaitl able to take over. Right-hand side, Hyman. Button hooks, dropped it off. Drag move by Draisaitl. Playing with McDavid and Hyman as Chris Knobloch is loaded up here. McDavid trying to reverse for Draisaitl. Puck fluttered free. Robertson attempted to clear. Settled by Bouchard. A snapshot blocked. Rebound. Bouchard fired. Save made. McDavid down and out. Ottinger no stick. One timed wide by Bouchard from the high slot. Hyman had no stick, Bob. Otherwise, it's probably a tie game.
Hyman's really hurting right now. He got hit with the puck there, and he's hurt.
Sent it in deep for Dallas. Left-hand side. Skinner will leave it for Matthias Ekholm. Good shift for Edmonton. McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman. Nugent Hopkins centering this line, featuring Kane and Holloway. It's sent in deep. Played by Heiskanen up the right-hand side. The Stars got it through Darnell Nurse, but too much on it. And it's icing against the Dallas Stars with 1:54 left in this second period. An offensive zone face-off, and I don't think Chris Knobloch will put McDavid and Draisaitl back on for this ozone draw.
They're not going to have Hyman with them, I can tell you that. He is going to be... TD Force is looking at him down at the Oilers bench.
What a play by Hyman, though, to soccer it over to Bouchard for one last bid on that furious shift where Edmonton came very close to tying this game. Nugent Hopkins won a face-off. Back to Darnell Nurse. Across for Cody Ceci. Kulak and Desharnais reunited as Paul Coffey has switched up the pairings. Puck bounces through traffic. Kane is centering pass, dug out by Heiskanen. Held in for the moment. Stars trying to create a rush the other way and can't do it. Edmonton with some active sticks, and Holloway snatched away from Sam Steele. Long change here in the second period. And a lead pass intended for Dadonov will be tracked down by Darnell Nurse. Stars get the change, and Nurse's pass to Kane went out of play. That was clearly into the mesh, and I think the faceoff will come all the way out to neutral ice here with 1:14 to play in the second period. And this crowd roaring after a thoroughly decisive 20 minutes in favor of Edmonton in the first period has been silenced by an equally dominant, if not more so, second period turned in by the Dallas Stars. So this game has swung dramatically from 2-0 Edmonton to 3-2 Dallas. Henrique, face-off win against Wyatt Johnston. Kulak and Bouchard the D pairing. And Kulak back to reel it in. Bouchard tried the middle of the ice. That was broken up. Played back to center. Kulak will give it right back to Bouchard, who shoots it in. Ottinger up the left-hand side. Another heavy forecheck. Tipped home, and this game is tied. The Oilers on the forecheck create the turnover. Fogle, the forecheck, the centering pass tipped home by Henrique. And just like that, Game 3 is tied at 3.
Jack, how many goals did Adam Henrique score as an Edmonton Oiler when he came over?
6.
5 of them were from right there. He has unbelievable timing as to know when to go to the front of the net. Some guys just have great anticipation skills. The Oilers create the turnover. Fogle, Brown in front, and Henrique tips it home, and we're tied.
Time 19:07. So it's 3-3. Pavelski flipped it in. And boy, does that change the mood in this building. Now the crowd's back into it.
Hyman's back out there.
Here's Marchment back behind the net. Pavelski in front. One-timer and a save made by Skinner. Pavelski didn't even look to shoot. He set up Duchesne, and Pavelski had more room than he realized. Cleared by the Oilers up to Leon Draisaitl. He'll send it ahead for Ekholm, and it's knifed away from him by Lindell. But make no mistake, I don't think Fogle initially will get credit for an assist there. But now we're going to have one each way.
Yep.
Cross-check and perhaps embellishment.
Well, they talked.
Here's the call from Steve Kazari. We're going to have one each way. Dallas is not out of power play tonight.
Penalty cross-check. Dallas 27, 2 minutes for embellishment.
There it is.
So, as you know, the series supervisor has a conversation before each game, but one of the discussions before Game 1 was on embellishment and whether or not the Stars had some players that sold calls. We're going to play for...
Only the Stars?
Well, both teams. I mean, we saw the LA Kings get one based on reputation, and I'm not even sure was it Arvidsson or Fiala if they even deserved it on the reputation even up call. But he got away with a couple of series before last year when Edmonton played LA.
I don't know, Bob. I just watched it twice.
You thought he got a good cross-check in, didn't you? So did I. I think Edmonton got a break. They got a break there, Jack. I know we're the Oilers broadcasters, but
Hintz, Robertson, the two forwards who take the neutral zone draw. Heavy hit on Robertson by Draisaitl. Stripped from Ekholm. Heiskanen gave it up. Robertson, who scored twice in the second period. Bouchard, a blast from center, stopped by Ottinger. And at the horn, it's a 3-3 tie in Game 3. Minute 45 left in the coincidentals. But the key play, Bouchard drives it in. And a heavy forecheck applied by Warren Fogle. And even though he will not get a point on that goal, he was the man who created the opportunity for Connor Brown to center for a perfect tip from Adam Henrique. His second goal of the playoffs. He had 6 during the regular season as an Oiler. And his 7th career Stanley Cup playoff goal in 35 games has tied this once again. And Bob, I think it's a monumental goal because this building, it no longer felt like Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. It had been quieted, and deservedly so. Dallas was terrific for the first 13, 14 minutes of that period.
The Oilers, what's the old saying? Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face. Well, the Oilers didn't get punched in the face once. They got punched in the face 5 or 6 times. Dallas, they could have had a couple more goals. Breakaway for Marchman. How about the point-blank look right after Edmonton made it 3-3, and Skinner made a good stop. Oilers need to dig in there. Dallas has found some seams off the Oilers' zone D, some high slot looks. Edmonton's going to have to do a better job. And it was all the Oilers. And the one thing I'll say, Jack, it was all Edmonton in the first period. They didn't get enough shots on goal in the final 7 or 8 minutes of that period. Because it was 9-2 and 2-0 at about the 10-minute mark. And they only got one more shot technically the rest of the way. Dallas sold out. They played diving the grenade hockey in the final 10 minutes and kept the Hounds at bay.
And again, in the second period, Bob, you see Edmonton go quiet in terms of the shot clock.
They didn't.
They went 12 minutes without a shot twice in Game 2.
They almost tried to make it too perfect in terms of just simplifying and, you know what I mean? Like overpassing just a little bit. Get the puck to Lynette, which is what did Connor Brown and Adam Henrique do? They put a puck on net, and Henrique deflects one home, and that's a huge goal.
You started with a forecheck, though. Carrick was notable, but it was Fogle. Again, it won't show up on the score sheet, but that was a big forecheck.
And he's had a tough couple games. That was a big moment for him. And there's a lesson in that. Finish your check. Carrick created a power play by taking a healthy run. This is playoffs. Right. You're supposed to hit guys. Everyone's supposed to hit. Everyone's supposed to block shots. And the Oilers got a little bit more physical. And finally, we're able to tilt the ice in the final 5 minutes of that period after the Stars kicked the living snot out of them for 15 minutes to start that period. Hey, 3-3 game, you play that type of period, go get it in the third, Jack.
Well, you know what? You make a good point in terms of Suter feeling the hit, because it wasn't until Edmonton got on the power play, and I know they didn't convert, but it slowed the Dallas momentum is what it did.
Yeah.
And it created the opportunity for the Oilers to start feeling like they were getting back on their toes a little bit. And Adam Henrique, what a timely goal. Connor Brown, the only goal of Game 2 for Edmonton, and the primary helper on Adam Henrique's equalizer. It may be a moment that we look back upon as the key swing in this Western Conference Final, as Edmonton gets it level at 3-3 after 2 periods. Reed Wilkins and Rob Brown on the other side. You're listening to the Western Conference Final. Game 3 with a series tied at 1 and the game tied at 3 on the Oilers Radio Network.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they're the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Black will give it right back to Bouchard, who shoots it in. Ottinger up the left-hand side. Another heavy forecheck tipped home, and this game is tied. The Oilers on the forecheck create the turnover. Fogle, the forecheck, the centering pass tipped home by Henrique.
Massive goal by Adam Henrique with 52.5 seconds left in the second period. Takes you to the highlight zone for Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. So it's 3-3 after 2. As for the majority of that period, Rob Brown, the Dallas Stars absolutely throttled the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, in a period where Stuart Skinner gave up 3 goals, he made 2 big saves or this game could be over. It's 3-2 Dallas. They've got all momentum on their side, and then they get a breakaway. And at first I thought Marchment just missed the net. But after watching the replay, Stuart Skinner got a piece of it and forced it up and over the net. That goes to 4-2. You know, all of a sudden this place is dead quiet. You got an Oiler bench wondering what went wrong, and a Dallas bench with all the momentum in the world. But Stuart Skinner makes a couple big saves. The Oilers get a power play on an unforced error by Suter, throwing it out. He didn't have pressure on him, and he threw it over the boards. And as Jack said, that just slowed the Dallas Stars' momentum down a bit. And then Ottinger made a mistake. He kind of calmly, lackadaisically threw the puck into the corner as it got dumped in. If he goes the opposite direction, Tanev's by himself wide open, the Dallas Stars get the puck out. He just kind of throws it blindly, puts his defenseman in a very tough spot. I believe it was Harley. Fogel comes right at him and then just go to the net. And it's funny, Adam Henrique is in the lineup for Ryan McLeod. Adam Henrique just went exactly where they want Ryan McLeod to hang out. He just skated to the blue paint and stood there. Connor Brown throws the puck on net and a nice little deflection. So both teams have benefited from players coming back into the lineup. Rupi Hintz has got a couple points. Henrique's got a goal. And we got a 3-3 tie going into the third period. At the end of this period, someone wins the period. Someone's going to be leading in this best-of-7 series here after Game 3.
Yeah, another tight game. We're maybe getting there a little differently than we did through the first two games. Shots in that period, 16-7 for Dallas. They have a 19-17 advantage in the game. They had the first 14 shots on goal in the second period. I'll say that again. I didn't make a mistake. They had the first 14 shots on goal in the second period. The Oilers didn't get their first shot till there was 7-11 left in the period. How did they crank it up so much? I mean, the Oilers just could not get the puck up the ice for about the first half of that period.
Well, both teams are great hockey clubs, and we've talked in the past how teams have swings, and you got to survive when the opposition has their swing. Well, the Oilers had their push in the first period, and when momentum starts going your way, it's not just one line, it's two, it's three, it's four, and you just roll over. And you just feel if you're the team that is defending, it just seems like every time you get the puck, all you're doing is dumping it out and changing, and you never get any momentum swings going the other way. Well, in the second period, the Dallas Stars came out, they had some jump, they were the more desperate team, and they just kept pushing forward. And again, every time the Oilers got the puck, they would just dump it out and try and change. And then here comes the next swarm. The Oilers made some big mistakes. The Desharnais doesn't get the puck out past Jamie Benn at the blue line. Benn eventually creates a scoring chance, and they score a goal. And then there was the shift that, the Oilers didn't get scored on, but they were in their own zone for over 2 minutes, that one shift. Yeah. And the Dallas Stars, they had two line changes and should have scored two or three goals.
And Nurse is down on all fours with his back to the play, and he stopped it with his caboose.
Yeah.
Marchment shot it right in Nurse's butt.
Yeah, so it's just one of those ones, a break at that point, but the Dallas Stars, they deserved everything that they got in that period. And Rupi Hintz, they talked about him coming back and how it'll give the Dallas Stars a bit of a push, a little bit of an adrenaline jump. And they also talked how he would benefit Jason Robertson.
Yep.
And we saw that on the Robertson, the first goal, that one-timer. That was in and out of the net. I've watched it on replay, and I still haven't seen the puck go in and out of that. That's how hard a shot that was. And then he scores another one, both assisted by Rupi Hintz. That's what Rupi Hintz does for this Dallas Star team. And Jason Robertson certainly benefited from having Rupi back in the lineup.
Okay, so 3-3 through two periods, Oilers and Stars. Do you think he'll keep McDavid and Draisaitl together?
I wouldn't. But whatever Knobloch has done has worked, not just in the playoffs all year long. I guess that was technically
a new line that got the goal, right? Because Brown and Henrique and
Fogel, but that's their third line. So the problem is, if you put them together, Dallas is four lines strong, and the Oilers aren't as strong on their second line. And these guys, this could be over in 20, but this is also a game that could go another 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So I would split them up and then wait until about the 8-minute mark, 7-minute mark, see where you are in the game, and then go from there. But but Chris Knobloch seems to have a knack of making the right decision at the right time. I imagine the third period will be a little safer on both sides. I think both teams have had their pushes. I think you're going to see both teams play a little closer to the vest in the third period.
All right. Hyman and McDavid in the first, Robertson, Johnston, and Henrique in the second. It is 3-3 after 2 periods in Game 2, Fort Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
There's only one line of trucks that's outsold all others for 58 years. Only one with the available Power Boost hybrid engine on select models that delivers performance and efficiency. It's the truck that all others are measured by. You know the one. Tough this smart can only be called F-150. Right now, lease the 2024 F-150 STX with Black Appearance Package at 2.49% APR for up to 24 months with $4,800 down. That's just $228 bi-weekly. Visit your Alberta Ford store or Ford.ca for details.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent, featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, resort-like amenities, and breathtaking views. Situated in the heart of Ice District, Sky is the address for socializing, dining, entertainment, and fun. A building like no other in a location like no other. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
Ready to score big on your outdoor space? It's game time with Park Landscaping. Transform your backyard into a winning arena with Park Landscaping's expert team. From design to maintenance of lush lawns and state-of-the-art synthetic turf to inviting pools and captivating water features, Park Landscaping will make your outdoor space the MVP. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in the game with Park Landscaping. Call 780-486-2744 today or email info@parklandscaping.ca.
This is Global News. I'm Randy Kilburn. It's usually midnight, June 30th, when you have to pay your property taxes to the city of Edmonton. But hang on a second, because June 30th this year is a Sunday. The city's saying your property taxes have to be paid in full by midnight on Friday, June the 28th. No, city's not extending the deadline. Notices are out. You should see what you owe in an email or a text message or on your account page at myproperty.ca. Next month, the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees is going to hold, it says, 52 town hall type meetings to bring you up to speed on how challenging bargaining's been with the province the past few weeks. These town hallers are going to be held between the 6th of June and the 19th in our area, with the Edmonton one specifically being held on Wednesday, June the 12th. I'm Randy Kilburn. Your next scheduled newscast is coming up after the game here on 630 CHED.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through EdmontonsBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 50 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. EdmontonsBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers. When you play the largest 50-50 in sports, everybody wins. Your support makes all of oil country a better place. A place of kindness, caring, and compassion. Uplifting those in need, changing lives forever. The largest 50-50 pot in professional sports is currently growing by the second. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com and help change lives today. Maybe even your own.
AGLC license number 645766.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through EdmontonsBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 50 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. EdmontonsBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Pacers trying to stay alive in the NBA East Final. 3.5 left in the fourth. Indiana up 102-98 on the Celtics as we check the scoreboard for Pizza 73, official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers at the Memorial Cup. London beating Moose Jaw 5-4. So Moose Jaw is 0-2. And the Blue Jays beat the White Sox 5-1. Basketball great, both as a player and a broadcaster. Bill Walton has passed away.
Walton on the line. Bill Walton was a legend everywhere he played. At UCLA, then in the NBA for the Trailblazers, Clippers, and Celtics. He won 2 NCAA titles. He was a number 1 pick by Portland in the 1974 draft. An NBA MVP, 2 NBA championships, and he played on the anniversary teams. In a statement, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver saying Bill will be deeply missed by all those who came to know and love him. Bill Walton was 71 years old. Alex Stone, ABC News.
All right, well, we got another tight one here in the Western Conference Final. Oilers and Stars, 3-3 as they're coming out for the third period. The winner of this game goes up 2-1 in the series. Jack Michaels and Bob Stauffer coming up. Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Even though your 20s are behind you, you still get to have firsts. Like the first time your knee hurts after a morning run. Or the first time you felt certain muscles after a workout. Whatever your pain, Advil Liquid Gels are here for these firsts. Advil Liquid Gels provide liquid fast relief for everyday aches and pains. So you can get back to your everyday active life where firsts still happen. When pain says you can't, Advil says you can. Pain says you can't, Advil says you can.
Honey, I overloaded the washing machine and there's a mini waterfall pouring through the basement room.
We'll fix it. Don't worry, babe.
And I might have horribly shrunk your lucky jersey. Ouch!
Life happens. Access Insurance can help. The save of the game is brought to you by Access Insurance. When Albertans need it most, they know they can count on the Access Insurance team for a huge save. It's easy to switch and save. Check out their Google reviews.
And visit accessinsurancegroup.com.
Look, I know this is radio, so it's hard to show you how much is on sale during the Big One clearance event at End of the Roll Flooring Centers, but it's a lot. Like this flooring, or this one, and all these. Yep, all at clearance pricing for a limited time. Now, you don't need to just imagine what it would look like, though. You can use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to upload a picture of your room to see the flooring in your actual home. Try it. Find something you love, then get a great deal on it at the Big One clearance event on now at End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
A Monday night in downtown Edmonton. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you live from Rogers Place. Sold out for Game 3 of this Western Conference Final. We'll skate 4-on-4 to begin the third period with the game tied at 3. Dallas, a tremendous second period after a big first for Edmonton. But the Stars saw their lead disappear on a late goal by Adam Henrique. A tip-in with 53 seconds left in the frame. And that salvaged the period of sorts for Edmonton. Draisaitl and Rope hits, and the center ice faceoff controlled by Edmonton. Now, curiously enough, the Oilers, who were so good in the third period all year, are 0-3 in situations where the game has been tied after 2 in the playoffs. And here's an icing call whistled against Edmonton 12 seconds in, with the Oilers starting Ekholm, Bouchard, McDavid, and Draisaitl to begin the third.
Well, Dallas they got Rope hits back playing with Jason Robertson, and Jason Robertson looks like a completely different player. They're going power on power here against Draisaitl and McDavid.
Hintz, 3 30-goal seasons in a row. He set up Robertson for 2 tonight. Robertson hadn't scored in his prior 10 games. Robertson off the draw will wind it around. Heiskanen challenging Bouchard, who knifes it free for Ekholm. Robertson continues to pressure, and Ekholm will break away from that pressure. Draisaitl and McDavid loading up, trying to create speed through the neutral zone. Draisaitl, what a play. Backhander through the slot, and a save made by Ottinger. Rebound to Heiskanen. Draisaitl single-handedly creating that scoring chance off the rush. Jamie Benn over the line. 4-on-4 play continues with McDavid and Draisaitl having departed, replaced by Nugent Hopkins and Kane.
Fans are back.
Little misplay by Harley near his own net. Glanced off the side of the goal and eventually corralled by Benn to Chris Tanev. Now Jamie Benn, the Dallas captain. 5th-round pick in 2007. Waited a long time, 5 years, to play in the playoffs. Stars were rebuilding when he joined them. And now back-to-back conference finals for Dallas after an appearance in the Stanley Cup final in 2020. Harley skating away from traffic, moving it up the left-hand side for Matt Duchene. He'll streak in. Mishandle the puck. It's batted around. Eventually taken by Cody Ceci. Duchene on him. Poised to step out of the box, Marchment and Hyman. And they do, so we're back to 5-on-5. By the way, Marchment has been suspended, or not suspended, but fined previously in his career for embellishment. So there's a bit of history there. Here's Ceci up the left-hand side. Connor Brown pulls up, lost the handle. Dallas will break out the other way. Rope Hintz. Marchment tried to give it back to Hintz and could not do it. Chipped ahead by Brown. Swept away from Hyman. Lead pass, Lindell out of the reach of Hintz. Rushed up the left-hand side, Hintz grabbing the puck, but then falling down and allowing Desharnais to skate with it up to center and launch deep to the far corner. Hyman and Tanev sealed one another off, shaking off a check as Jamie Benn over the line. Wrist shot deflected out of play by Ekholm with 2.5 minutes gone by in this third period. And the game tied at 3. Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play. Dallas does not have a power play opportunity tonight. The Oilers led 2-0 after 1. 3 goals and a 14-0 shot spread in the first 12 minutes of the second period turned this game in favor of Dallas. And then the big goal created by the forecheck of Fogle and the centering feed from Connor Brown to Adam Henrique.
Well, the Oilers have out-hit Dallas at almost a 2-1 rate in this game. They've also won just over 51% of the face-offs in this game. And we got an ice issue here, Jack.
Lions been working on it. Steve Barton and Matt McPherson.
Now this is
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins told me, I mean, the ice was it wasn't any worse than the Vancouver series. Vancouver has a reputation for terrible ice, and it was well earned in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Wow. But what he did say, and this was interesting, he told me it was the hottest he has ever been on a bench in the NHL. It was just boiling down there, apparently. The heat and humidity got to not just you and I, but the players. I mean, that's a 13-year NHLer telling you that. Very hot and steamy in Dallas. Game 4, by the way, will be played here on Wednesday night as they attend to the ice issue.
This is a rated top 2 in the league by the players. The NHLPA, the Bell Center in Montreal, Rogers Place Ice, ranked number 2 in the league. They have spent at least, there must be a significant divot on the ice.
Wednesday, again, a Game 4 face-off of 6:40 Mountain Time. And then the Friday game in Dallas, I do not believe a starting time has been announced yet for Friday's Game 5 of the Lone Star State, but we do know there will be a Game 5 played in Texas. What we don't know is whether there'll be a Game 6 back here in Edmonton next Sunday. Off the face-off, Ekholm will drop it off. Bouchard fires a strike to center. Holloway over to Evander Kane. Backhanded in front and tipped just wide by Draisaitl looking for the lead. So now with the game tied, Bob, Draisaitl and McDavid have been separated again, 5-on-5. Stankoven up the left-hand side. Jamie Benn gets it back from Wyatt Johnston. Lost the handle. Batted around. Johnston can't find it. It was curled into the corner by Holloway and then laid ahead for Evander Kane. He's got a step on Ryan Suter. Takes him against the boards. Then tried to center, and that was well defended in front by Alex Petrovic, racing over to protect. Chipping off the boards, and it came free to Holloway. Dallas stymies that attack. Dodonov tried to lay it off to Craig Smith, and now Sam Steele threw one man off to Smith. Doesn't have a goal yet in the postseason, and he won't get one on this bid as it's deflected harmlessly into the mesh behind Stuart Skinner, who has stopped 16 of 19 tonight. Jake Ottinger at the other end, 15 of 18, as his save percentage on the road has taken a hit.
But both teams, every chance they get now, they're putting it to the net. No overpassing, no passing off shot opportunities, get it on goal.
Face off to left of Stuart Skinner. Pavelski couldn't come up with it off the draw, and it's sent ahead to Connor Brown by Ceci. Over to Darnell Nurse. He'll shoot it in. Knocked down by Ottinger. Played up the right-hand side. Pavelski. And he inadvertently swung it out of play. And that'll bring the face-off back to the right of Jake Ottinger, the fourth-year man who really broke onto the scene 2 years ago in that series in Calgary, where even in defeat, he was remarkable. Stopped more than 95% of the shots he faced and was beaten in the Game 7 overtime.
Is that Johnny Goodrow that got him from the side of the net there? That set up the Battle of Alberta, where the Flames were a massive favorite, but the Oilers 1-5.
Face-off right side of Ottinger. Under whose sporting books were the Flames a massive favorite?
All right, a marginal favorite. How's that?
I mean, Parchment up to center.
Bob Stauffer sandbagging 101, Jack. Is that what's going on there?
Yeah. Here's Heiskanen walking in. That was deflected. Matt Duchesne, right corner. Behind the net, checked by McDavid. Trying to feather one through was Pavelski. Couldn't get it to Marchment. And the Oilers will clear. Nugent Hopkins sets Bouchard loose at center ice. Swept over to Hyman. Right circle. Circling, tried to center, and that wasn't there.
Got to get it to the net.
Heiskanen comes up with it for Dallas. Launches down. Marchment got the toe of his stick on it. And McDavid back to gather for Edmonton. Ekholm on to Desharnais. Some pressure coming in the form of Rope Hintz, and he coughed it up.
He almost flipped that over the glass is what he did.
Spun in by Sagan. Cleared by the Oilers up the left-hand side. Harley will grab it at the side of his own net. Derek Ryan and Sam Carrick pressure up ice. Sagan looking to bust out for the Stars right to left. Robertson to Rope Hintz. Hintz double teamed as he entered the Edmonton zone. Robertson weakly over to Harley, who turns and winds it around the boards. Derek Ryan will pick that up on the half wall and waste no time with a clear to Janmark. Tracked by Harley, who came over and grabbed the puck. Thomas Harley in one motion up the right-hand side. He'll shovel it in. Around the boards, Cody Ceci lost the handle to Robertson. Played back behind the net for Dylan Holloway. Kulak sent it across to Ceci. 5.5 minutes gone by in the third period. Game 3 tied at 3. Edmonton in best-of-7 series, when it's been tied at 1 game apiece, has a record of 20 wins and 7 defeats. But 4 of those 7 losses were to Dallas. That was a long time ago. Jamie Benn will shovel it in. Logan Stankoven nudges it free in front. Johnston shoots wide. Rebound, Jamie Benn. Thought about banking it off Skinner. Thought otherwise. Heiskanen to Benn. He'll shovel it down low. Stankoven couldn't extract that puck from Nurse, but Johnston will. Stankoven, pressure from Ceci. Stankoven tries the left side of the net. One-timer Suter into a crowd. Might have hit his own man. Fed in front and grabbed and cleared by Holloway to Evander Kane. He'll skate it up the center. Heiskanen blunts his momentum. Kane got it to Draisaitl, and it's up at the blue line. Stankoven gave it away at the red, and Connor Brown will kick it back to Desharnais. Brown in an uproar. Kulak, right side, pitchforked in by Adam Henrique, who has the game-tying goal in this Game 3. Has not played since Game 2 against Vancouver. Desharnais a shot, and a save made by Ottinger. Rebound, swept up the left-hand side. Sam Steele, unable to clear. The Oilers maintain. Henrique in on the forecheck against Lindell. Big hit, creates space for Fogle, but it was swatted off his stick. And Adam Henrique looks very much like a man who's waited 12 years for this chance again. Last conference final he played in, he ended it against the New York Rangers in 2012. Game 6 OT winner. Connor Brown will shovel it in. Lead pass, right-hand side. You've got Harley, breaks in, left wing, and he was checked by Bouchard, rolled into the corner. Pavelski in on the forecheck, knocked off his stick. Connor McDavid darting down the left-hand side with Hyman. Conservatively dumps it behind Chris Tanev. Hyman gave it right back to McDavid on the end boards. Out to Ekholm. Across to Bouchard. Could not handle that cross-seamer, and he'll back off. Bouchard. Nugent-Hopkins calling for the puck. Gets it from Ekholm with Hyman over the line. Hyman right circle. Fire save. Otger. Juicy rebound. And cleared by the Stars through the middle. 11:45 to go in regulation. Game 3 tied at 3. Higher scoring than one may have anticipated after a 3-2 double overtime affair and Saturday's 3-1 Dallas victory. The Oilers looking to regain the lead in the series. Heiskanen, left side, Robertson. Lead pass right wing, out of the reach of Sagan. Nurse is on it for Edmonton. Ceci with the Stars forechecking hard. Lindell put it in the corner for Wyatt Johnston. Cuts behind for Sagan. Knocked away by Ceci. And now a clear for Sam Carrick. Nugent-Hopkins gathering speed up through center. He'll shoot it in. Derek Ryan in on the puck. Won a battle. Carrick waiting, spinning on Stankoven. Sam Carrick on his backhand. Turns again. Serves it up for Nurse. Across to Ceci. Shot wide, short side. Rebound Stankoven. He'll look to clear. Fires a pass to Jamie Benn. And here come the Stars right to left. Benn will chip and charge in on Skinner. He'll leave it for Darnell Nurse. Up the left-hand side. Got it through Stankoven with 10.5 to go in the hockey game. It's Johnston wrapping up Derek Ryan right at center. The Stars nearly called for too many men. Draisaitl back across the line. One-timer off the post from Vinny Desharnais. Cleared ahead, and it's going to be a breakaway. No, mishandling it was Dadonov, and it turns into nothing. Dadonov should have had a breakaway off that post, and he just bobbled the puck. He got a little anxious and misplayed it. Chris Tanev defending his own blue line. Dylan Holloway kept it alive for Desharnais, who, remember, has one goal to his credit, and it was at the Heritage Classic, and no one knew he scored it. Dadonov walks in, a shot blocked. Again, can't thread it through. Evander Kane, right side. Dadonov has been around it a lot, but not cashed in, including not even getting a breakaway chance that time. He started this series with a breakaway that was stopped by Skinner, and Stuart Skinner's been locked in ever since. Pavelski to Dadonov. Pavelski, high slot to Duchesne to the net. Denied by Skinner, right pad. Duchesne tried to drag it to his forehand, and Skinner made a tremendous save. Turned over by the Oilers' Connor Brown at the blue line. Duchesne the other way. Marchment fires, and that missed high blocker. Rebound Heiskanen with 9:15 to go in the third period. Pulsating Stanley Cup playoff hockey. Duchesne to Marchment. Game 3 tied at 3. Marchment leans in. Ceci shook it off. Comes away with the puck. Finds Darnell Nurse to center. In over the line with Vogel. Nurse back on the puck. Top of the right circle. Brown in a frenzy. Booted by Duchesne. Recovered by McDavid. Fires at a save made by Ottinger. Boy, Duchesne put it right on the wrong man's tape. And now McDavid will bust through Heiskanen. And Lindell with a pass to Nurse. That looked like it came outside the zone and is whistled as such. With 8:40 to play in a tremendous Game 3 at Rogers Place. I don't know quite how we got here at 3-3, but that's where we sit. We've got 20-20, and Duchesne's shot against Stuart Skinner was Dallas's first shot of this entire third period. 11 minutes in. The shots are even. The game is even. We'll come back with 8:40 to play in the third period of Game 3 of this Western Conference Final in just a moment. The Oilers Radio Network.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and next to the Edmonton Airport. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, you can always enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options or try your luck at off-track betting. And now you can feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Century Casino has it all. Come for the action, stay for the fun.
Blue-collar work deserves big-dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit heavymetalequipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Discover the epitome of elegance at Alberta Diamond Exchange, dedicated to crafting unforgettable moments with exquisite jewelry collections for over 2 decades. From stunning engagement rings to timeless wedding bands and anniversary treasures, the Alberta Diamond Exchange commitment extends far beyond I do. Your journey with Alberta Diamond Exchange is not just about jewelry, it's about an unparalleled experience. Check out the Aspen Glen Landing Boutique in Southwest Calgary, and for more information, head to avdiamond.ca today.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
What a game this has turned out to be. 3-all in Game 3 of the Western Conference Final. Oilers looking to bounce back after a Game 2 loss on Saturday night. They've done so on 4 prior occasions in the playoffs. They've yet to lose back-to-back games in the postseason. CC will send it down low. Stars working up the left-hand side. Jason Robertson shovels ahead. Sagan quickly over to Rope Hintz, who has 2 assists tonight. Robertson with 2 goals. Connor McDavid a goal and an assist for Edmonton. Tying goal scored by Adam Enrique. A battle won. Robertson to the net. Backhanded it off. Stuart Skinner. And this game is now 4-3 Dallas. It's a hat trick for Jason Robertson as he banked it off the back of Stuart Skinner short side with 8:06 to play. 4-3 Dallas.
Well, the Oilers, Cody Ceci was up ice, and Leon Draisaitl was back in support, and a jam play down low. Real smart decision there by Jason Robertson as he sifts one short side to put the Stars up 4-3.
But there was a loose puck, and Sagan whacked it away from Ceci, and that allowed Robertson the opportunity to stuff it home.
Nurse and Ceci back together. We've had a game where we've seen some challenges for Desharnais.
Sagan's had a good series. 2 goals in Game 1, 2 assists tonight in Game 3. And Dallas leads once again. The Oilers pour in. Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, and Hyman out there. Dallas peels it the other way. And Jamie Benn shoots it in. Liddell, give him credit for the second assist for now. McDavid, breakout pass to Hyman. In over the line, and Edmonton's offside, and Hyman takes an extra little shot at the whistle with 7:32 to play in the third period. Continuous action in the first 10 minutes of the third, and Dallas is able to get on the board first. It's Jason Robertson with his hat-trick goal, making it Dallas 4, Edmonton 3, 7.5 to go in Game 3 at Rogers Place. The Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Chemco is building industry across Canada, and now they're on the lookout for civil and electrical project managers, estimators, and superintendents to join their dedicated team. Why Chemco? Because Chemco cares. They put people first, offering top-tier compensation packages and an unwavering commitment to safety. At Chemco, safety isn't just a priority, it's everybody's business. Ready to be part of a team that truly values you? Visit chemco.com/careers today.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
With Edmonton behind once again, it's McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman to take a neutral zone draw with Ekholm and Bouchard. 7.5 minutes remaining, third period. Shots are 3-2 in the third in favor of Edmonton, but Dallas has just scored to make it 4-3. Lead pass on the wing, it's Draisaitl. To the net, little wide of Ekholm's reach. Hyman threw it around the boards, cut off by Heiskanen. He'll lay it off the glass, and Bouchard has to streak back after it. And he settles the puck behind the Edmonton net with 7 minutes to play in regulation. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you. Here's Draisaitl in over the line. Cuts to his right. Serves it up for Bouchard. He lost the handle. Rope hints the other way for the Stars. He'll shoot it off the end boards. Skinner played it into the corner. Hintz spins, waiting for the puck. Never receiving Dadonov. Now he did. Couldn't handle the pass, and it is broken out by McDavid. Hyman will slug it into the corner. After it is Chris Tanev, able to reverse successfully to Harley. He'll lay it off the boards to Rope Hintz, and Dallas is out. Dadonov with Kulak tracking him into the offensive zone. The puck skipped free to Duchesne. He'll put it back down low with 6:20 remaining in the third. Desharnais nudges it ahead for Sam Carrick. Swatted out of midair by a hastily retreating Harley, and the Stars break the puck out. Marchment too far for Duchesne. Pavelski tried to pounce on it. Marchment will slide it back into the offensive zone. Crowd urging the Oilers on here as we go inside 6 minutes to play in the third period. Heiskanen to Matt Duchesne. Toss toward the Edmonton net. Big bounce up the goal line, fielded by Desharnais, and over to Brett Kulak. His breakout feed to Nugent Hopkins is intercepted. And now you've got Hintz putting it back behind the Edmonton net. Mason Marchment on the puck for Dallas. Swings it over to Suter. One-timer Heiskanen, and that was blocked by a sliding Holloway, who now comes up with the puck. Holloway, lots of speed up the right-hand side. He'll launch toward the Dallas net. Curled by Ottinger over to Heiskanen. Cut off by Kane, but eventually brought out by Hintz. Stolen away from behind by Holloway. Cody Ceci, right-hand side, is able to muster right through Ryan Suter, but Heiskanen is there, centering past Kane, and then Kane, a sharp angle shot, ends up wide of the net. Ceci put it back down low. Good push back here from Edmonton. Robertson failed to clear. Shot sent wide by Darnell Nurse. Kane on the rebound, off a skate just wide. Rebound, circling, Nugent Hopkins dropping it off for Darnell Nurse. Now it's Dallas on its heels. Nurse in front, a backhander short side by Holloway. That was blocked. An attempted clear. Doesn't get out from Robertson, and finally chipped up by Wyatt Johnston, and that's going to be a penalty on Darnell Nurse. Might have stuck his knee out a bit there. It's a trip on Wyatt Johnston with 4:37 to play in the third period, and Dallas, 55 minutes and 23 seconds into the game, gets its first power play, and I'm sorry, not much doubt there. I thought Nurse, it's a penalty all day. Nurse for tripping, 15-23. You talk about a monumental kill. Edmonton has wiped out 21 straight. They'll need to make it 22. It's 4-3 Dallas in Game 3 of the West Final from Rogers Place on the Oilers Radio Network.
McDavid trying to come in with speed. Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores!
Hey, Rogers customers and hockey fans. Rogers wants you to win big this Stanley Cup playoffs.
Connor McDavid! Fantastic!
You could win a VIP trip to the Stanley Cup final, plus hundreds of prizes, courtesy of Rogers Beyond the Sea. For your chance to win, visit Rogers.com/Stanley Cup. That's Rogers.com/Stanley Cup.
As the excitement heats up on the ice, why not heat things up at home too with Pizza 73?
the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. There's no better pairing for hockey than hot, delicious pizza delivered right to your door. So whether you're cheering from the arena or your living room, make sure you've got Pizza 73 on your team. Order now and fuel your playoff passion with the perfect pie. Remember, on game nights, don't just watch, deliver with Pizza 73.
Hockey fans, with a spotless reputation, Scandinavian Building Services is responsible for keeping over 70 million square feet of space clean and safe every day. With over 65 years in the industry, no cleaning challenge is too big or too small. From national retailers and commercial spaces to small offices and entertainment centers like Rogers Place, let Scandinavian take the worry off your cleaning program. Visit Scandinavian.ca to learn more. Scandinavian Building Services. Our reputation is spotless.
You're listening to Oilers Hockey on 630 CHED and on the Radio Player Canada app.
4-3 Dallas. Jason Robertson has completed his hat trick with a tie-breaking goal here in the third period. Nugent Hopkins and Derek Ryan out on the Napa Auto Parts penalty kill along with Ekholm and Desharnais. And a face-off win for Ryan and a clear for the Edmonton Oilers. Jamie Benn to Heiskanen. Dallas 0 for 7 in the series on the power play. But they've got Hintz back. Ekholm manages to clear up the left-hand side. Carried back in by Pavelski onside. He's ridden into the boards by Desharnais with 4 minutes to play in the third period. It's Dallas 4, Edmonton 3 in Game 3. Knocked down by Robertson on a clearing attempt by Ekholm. Biding his time is Jamie Benn. Nugent Hopkins comes over to pressure. Benn back to the point, and Janmark trying to catch Heiskanen. Change of pace. Short-handed, a shot and a save. Ottinger doesn't know where the rebound is and is forced to hold it with 3:43 to play in the third period. Matthias Janmark, the former star, with a short-handed chance.
He's been tricky in this series. Like, he hasn't scored, but Ottinger fought that one off and got enough of it.
He's starting to feel his oats. I think round by round, he's been more impactful as we moved along in the postseason. He's starting to show that veteran guile. Now you've got Adam Henrique and Warren Foegele on the PK with Brett Kulak and Cody Ceci. The one thing about taking a penalty here, and now we're going to have a timeout whistled against Dallas. They'll take the timeout. They want to reset.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing is, Bob, and this will magnify the breather for Edmonton's top players, McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman. They might now be able to come on with about 20 seconds to go in this PK, maybe for some sort of counterattack, when you consider that there'll be roughly about 2:45 to play toward the end of this Stars power play. Now, of course, you got to kill it off.
You got to get there.
You got to get there. 4-3 Dallas. Been a wild one tonight.
It's been a weird one.
Edmonton led 2-0 after one. Dallas reeled off 3 straight goals to take a 3-2 lead, but Edmonton tied it in the final minute of the second period on a tip-in by Adam Henrique, set up by Connor Brown. So again, the depth scoring came to the fore, but Robertson has scored his third goal of the night midway through this third period, and now a face-off to Ottinger's right-hand side. Derek Ryan and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins are back out there. Kulak and Ceci in a face-off win for Dallas. Stars will set it up from behind their own net. It's Harley moving it up ice to Matt Duchene. They go with the second unit. Here's Wyatt Johnston barreling through a check from Derek Ryan. Got double-teamed. It popped free to Matt Duchene. Scored the game and series winner against Colorado in Game 6. But here a poor pass back to Heiskanen. And Dallas forced to give chase. Connor Brown has come on for the Edmonton Oilers along with Janmark for the final 30 seconds of this Napa Auto Parts penalty kill. It's Harley around the boards to Duchene, and he fails to hold his own. Race for the puck. Heiskanen got over. Duchene reaching for it. Duchene comes away. Here's Thomas Harley. Forced out wide by the long reach of Vinny Desharnais. Sent it to the half wall. Got it back from Duchene. To the corner. Swept back to him by Johnston. Harley with 10 seconds on the power play. Fired it to the opposite corner. Ekholm picked it off. And now here comes Connor Brown. Dallas will want to change here. Brown funneled it toward the net, and Ottinger will freeze it. Smart play by Brown because Edmonton's penalty just expired. Now, the Oilers are at full strength with 2:36 on the game clock, and they not only have fresh and rested, ready players, Bob, but they also still have their timeout.
Do they call a timeout right here?
I don't think so. Not with the break afforded guys like McDavid.
Well, they're going 6. They got 6 skaters on. Skinner's coming out.
So it's going to be McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Bouchard, Kulak, who will be called off now, be replaced by Matthias Ekholm.
Now you got to win a face-off.
Yeah, and Hyman. So Draisaitl, the face-off against Jamie Benn to the left of Jake Ottinger. In the slot, Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. McDavid on the right half boards. Ben off the face-off, squirted behind the net. Hyman got inside Chris Tanev. The puck forked free. Pavelski turns and fires toward the empty net and just missed. It'll be an icing call against Dallas, and Pavelski from about 188 feet, Bob, did not miss by much.
Well, Dallas, despite the fact that Edmonton had the extra man on the ice, they outmuscled the Oilers for possession back behind their goal.
Well, Hyman did a good job initially.
But they didn't have enough.
But then he got double-teamed. Yes, exactly. So now Hyman and McDavid are lined up in the slot. Ekholm and Bouchard up top, and Draisaitl just ran through his man off the draw. Here's Bouchard. Down low to Connor McDavid, looking to tie it up. Edmonton down a goal. McDavid shot, save, Ottinger, rebound. Draisaitl directly behind the net. Sifted it out for McDavid. 2:05 to go in the hockey game. McDavid to Draisaitl, short side Ottinger. Boots it free. Pavelski turns it over. McDavid, Bouchard, high slot wrist shot, deflected up over top. And out of play. What a turnover by Pavelski, of all people. And with 1:57 to go in the third period, Dallas will change it up. Pavelski with a poor giveaway there. And Edmonton got a couple of chances down low. Hyman a whack after McDavid again was able to thread it through. Another critical draw. This time, Nugent Hopkins and McDavid on Draisaitl's left side in the slot. Jamie Benn against Draisaitl on the face-off to Ottinger's left-hand side. 6-on-5, the Stars leading 4-3 and 2 minutes to play. Face-off Benn, shot toward the empty net, bullseye. Heiskanen from about 180 feet. Time 18:08. It's an empty netter that makes it 5-3 Dallas. Heiskanen with his 6th of the postseason.
Well, Ben's so strong, the face-off circle.
And that was pretty casual from Heiskanen. He didn't really line it up. Edmonton trying to stall here. And they're going to get their 5 right back out there. Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman, Bouchard, and Ekholm. Remember, they got about a 4-minute breather. Face-off win for McDavid. Ekholm to Zach Hyman. Club back to center. Robertson steered it back inside the Edmonton line. And now Hintz plowed into Matthias Ekholm. Couldn't come away with a puck, but Robertson does. Tried to feather it through, got it into the corner, and the Edmonton Oilers come away with a puck. Bouchard up to Draisaitl quickly. 1:30 to go. Draisaitl went over the line, poke checked away. Skinner has headed for the bench. Hintz to Heiskanen. Sagan a shot, brushed aside by Bouchard with 1:15 to play. The Oilers have to hurry. They're down 2. It's 5-3 Dallas with 1:10 to go. McDavid in over the line right side. Back to the point. Bouchard batted away by Hintz. At center ice, he gives it up. Marchment did not get it in deep. Hintz can't get there. And the Oilers come thundering the other way. Holloway drop pass. Point blank from McDavid. Holloway waits, centers, loose, in front. Finally cleared by the Stars with a minute to play in the third period. Darnell Nurse back to get it for Edmonton in his own zone. 40 seconds remaining in Game 3. Dallas leads 5-3. Nurse will shoot it in. On it, Chris Tanev. Tries to go up the right-hand side. Closed off. Sharp angle shot off the side of the net. The Stars carefully send it swooping down the left-hand side. Joe Pavelski made certain of a clear. Nurse with 20 seconds to go. It appears hopeless for Edmonton. Here's a lead pass to Henrique from Bouchard. Around the corner boards. Kane tried to center. Deflected away into the far corner. 10 seconds. Ben will try to freeze it in the corner. Pulled free. Centering pass. Bouchard. And his shot blocked by Ottinger. Rebound comes free. And now the puck either played with a high stick. Yeah, I believe it was. With 2.2 to go, Dallas will take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 Western Conference final, regardless of where this face-off takes place. I think it's coming outside the zone. Edmonton played it with a high stick, and now it's academic. The Oilers...
Look at the shots on goal this third period, Jack.
I know. I was just going to say, outshot the Stars 12-3 in the third. But Dallas scored twice on 3 shots. And as the puck is dropped at center, this game comes to a conclusion. Dallas digs itself out of a 2-0 hole after the opening 20 minutes and rallies to win 5-3. Jason Robertson, who had not scored in his previous 10 games, re-energized by the return of his longtime line mate Rope Hintz. He explodes for a hat trick, including the game-winning goal with 8:06 remaining, and Dallas hangs on for a 5-3 verdict. The shots on goal in this game, 29-22 for Edmonton, but it was 10-3 Oilers in the first, 16-7 for the Stars in the second, including the first 14 shots on net, and then 12-3 Oilers in the third. But the Stars scored twice on those 3 shots, and they have wrestled home ice advantage back from the Edmonton Oilers, who for the first time in this postseason have dropped back-to-back games.
You know, the Oilers in the series against the Vegas Golden Knights last year scored first in all 6 games. And the inability to close a couple of those games off ultimately, and Vegas won the Stanley Cup. And Dallas is a very experienced team, Jack, in terms of the amount of times they've been here. This is their 3rd time in the conference final in how many years?
The last, I guess, 5.
5 years.
Yeah.
And they got some experienced guys in their mid-30s. And for the Edmonton Oilers on this night, I thought Dallas did a real good job when they needed to, exerting pressure on the forecheck and creating some turnovers. And you know what? You could make an argument they got one more. I mean, what they did at the start of the second period, we've not seen the Oilers get dominated. You know, I know Vancouver.
Not in a long time.
Like, I know Vancouver took it to Edmonton in Game 1 for a stretch, but Edmonton didn't have Leon Draisaitl. The Oilers were relatively healthy. I do think we're going to...
That was a bit of score effects. It was 4-1, and Edmonton tried to nurse that lead home.
And they didn't have Leon Draisaitl he was obviously compromised in that game.
Now, the Oilers are a veteran, experienced team in their own right.
Yeah.
They're the oldest team in the National Hockey League. They trailed 2-1 in this series, but it's not the first time they've trailed in the playoffs. They trailed 1-0, 2-1, and 3-2 against Vancouver. So how might Edmonton's experience bode well for Game 4?
We're about to find out. The difference is the caliber of goaltender that Edmonton's facing in Jake Ottinger, right? Like, he's a guy that came in with a .922 save percentage overall. What was he, at .956 on the road?
Correct.
You know,
stopped 26 of 29
and
tonight.
Say what you want. I mean, Edmonton had some chances in around the net and just couldn't get the bounces. And Robertson made an elite goal scorer's goal finish on the game winner tonight. That's what he did.
After an initial battle won by Tyler Seguin, who's had a very strong series.
And Darnay turned the puck over on the 3-2 goal. He ended up separated from Darnell Nurse. They went with Nurse and Ceci, and then Ceci got beat to the puck by Seguin, and the Oilers had one guy up a little too high, a low 2-on-1, and Robertson made the right call. He took the shot to the short side, and he squeaked it through. And that's an area I'm going to be intrigued to see what Stewart says, because I think it's got to be stated, Jack, when it was 3-2, Skinner made two unbelievable saves. The breakaway on Marchment, and then right after Edmonton tied the game 3-3, a point-blank look, high slot, and he made a terrific stop on. Very deceptive shot total in this game.
I thought he also made a great save on Dallas's first shot of the third period against Matt Duchesne.
Might have been one of his best saves of the entire playoffs. So, Oilers were a little loose, and they're going to have to be better.
A little loose in the second period, you mean?
Yep. And
because it's hard to imagine the Oilers can play a better first period than they played tonight.
I'm going to throw a real wild card at you here. Okay?
Corey Perry back in?
I have McLeod back in the next game. Carrick, by the way, was 6-1 in the face-off circle through two periods.
Is your wild card wear number 86?
Yes. I wonder whether or not it's time. I wonder if the Oilers...
I think someone relatively close to you in the broadcasting profession mentioned he might be a wild card in this series.
Was that guy Jack Michaels?
I thought I might see.
Who was the character wrestler that used to pat himself on the back once in a while?
Barry Horowitz.
Okay, well, I've often been accused of being Barry Horowitz.
So you think Broberg's a possibility?
I think they have to look at Broberg, and I think they have to look at McLeod, because I think they need more energy and more speed in their lineup. And right now, what's happening on puck retrievals, even if Broberg has to play the right side, what's happening is Dallas is high dumping pucks and forcing the Oilers under duress, and they got a couple D that are struggling to handle that pressure. So I wonder whether or not it's Broberg time.
Did Perry and Broberg take warm-up tonight?
They did.
I think they did.
They did. McLeod did not.
Right, and I agree with you. I think McLeod is as good as anyone's bet to potentially return, but I'm going to say I think Corey Perry has a chance to be back in there.
Okay.
I mean, I wonder whether his veteran guy might help in the bench.
If you're bringing McLeod and you're bringing Perry in up front, who's coming out?
Well, that's the challenge, because as we talked about, even in this game, look at what happened on the game-tying goal. Great forecheck by Fogle, centering pass from Brown, tipped in by
Henrique was fine, by the way.
He's not coming out of the lineup. No chance. I don't think there's any chance Connor Brown comes out of the lineup.
Me neither.
I start to think,
But Derek Ryan's part of a penalty. Now, there hasn't been a lot of power plays in this series so far.
Dallas had one tonight.
Dallas is 0 for 7.
Had 2.
And you know what? Part of why the Oilers are in this position the last two games is they're 0 for 2 both games on the power play.
Well,
there's been critical times.
They're 1 for their last 15 all of a sudden. That's as cold a spell as they've had all year.
Look, Dallas has great coaching. Peter DeBoer has coached for a long time. He's had Steve Spott with him all these years.
This is his 7th conference final.
He knows what he's doing. All right, Jack. They got some work to do now, and this was never going to be easy, and so we'll see what happens. And I wonder how significant the changes are going to be here.
Bob, does 2 games to 1 down against Dallas feel any different than it did against Vancouver?
Yes, Jake Ottinger.
Fair enough.
That's why it feels different.
He's Bob Stauffer. I'm Jack Michaels. The final score of this one, Game 3 of the Western Conference Final, goes to the Dallas Stars. They win it 5-3. A game they trailed 2-0. They get the game winner and the hat-trick goal from Jason Robertson with 8:06 to go. They hang on for a 5-3 victory. Heiskanen with an empty netter. Connor McDavid had a goal and an assist to hit 100 points for his Stanley Cup playoff career. Zach Hyman, his league-leading 13th in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. He's now got 27 Stanley Cup playoff goals in 43 games as an Oiler. That's another 50-goal pace against the elite level. And as Bob mentioned, you combine his 54 with the 13 in the postseason, even I can tell you that's 67. Stuart Skinner will take the loss as the Oilers lose back-to-back games for the first time this postseason. He's now 8-5 in the playoffs. He turned aside 17 of 21 shots tonight, while Jake Ottinger earns the win. He's now 10-6, 23 career victories in the postseason. He stops 26 of 29 shots. By the way, the Dallas Stars, a club that are making their 13th trip to the conference final. Consider this, and this is the heady company that Jake Ottinger is. Only Eddie Belfour has more career Stanley Cup playoff victories as a Dallas Star than Jake Ottinger. Stars lead the series 2-1. We'll have Game 4 for you live Wednesday night from Rogers Place. 18,347 will help push the Oilers into what they hope will be a tied series, heading back down to Dallas for Game 5 on Friday night. Wednesday's puck drop will be 6:40 local time here at Rogers Place. Until then, for Bob Stauffer, Reed Wilkins, Rob Brown, this is Jack Michaels signing off from downtown Edmonton. The final score in Game 3, Dallas 5, Edmonton 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the pleasure was all ours. The Rogers postgame show starts right now.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers postgame show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
Black will give it right back to Bouchard, who shoots it in. Ottinger up the left-hand side. Another heavy forecheck tipped home, and this game is tied. The Oilers on the forecheck create the turnover. Fogle, the forecheck, the centering pass tipped home by Henrique.
That tied it 3-3 late in the second period. That's the Century Casino Highlight Zone, all in, all games, all season. Century Casinos, 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, next to the Edmonton International Airport at Century Mile. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. The Dallas Stars got the only goal they needed. They only had 3 shots on goal in the third. One went into an empty net. I mean, the 3 chances they had. A Matt Duchene partial breakaway that Stuart Skinner made a great save on. Jason Robertson with a jam play down low on really a 2-on-1. And then a late empty netter after Edmonton had 2 cracks at it around the net to tie it with about 1:15 left. Oilers lose 5-3. They're down 2-1 in the series. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 955, is one of Alberta's largest and most diverse union locals in the province. Members work in everything from construction and maintenance to pipelines, renewables, healthcare, education, municipalities, and more. They are a big part of Alberta's past and will be a big part of Alberta's future. Apprenticeship, jobs, pension. That's IUOE Local 955. Visit joinustoday.ca to learn more, and let's go Oilers.
You're tuned in to the Rogers postgame show on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 630 CHED, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
Well, in this period, Edmonton hasn't been in the zone. Nugent Hopkins tried to get in deep. Lead pass, breakaway, Marchment, backhander, and he missed. Stuart Skinner might have gotten a piece of that puck. Mason Marchment with a chance for a 4th unanswered goal.
That's the save of the game, brought to you by Access Insurance. Alberta oil field and construction contractors can count on huge saves when they need it the most. Visit accessinsurancegroup.com. Bob Stauffer here, along with Jack Michaels, Rob Brown, Reed Wilkins, Brendan Escott, Cam Moon. We're all part of the Oilers Radio Network. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling postgame show. The Rogers postgame show from the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth, and we bring aboard our inside the game analyst, Rob Brown. Rob, Dallas is good. We know that. They're deep. They're experienced. They weathered the Oilers' storm in the first period. They kicked the snot out of Edmonton for 15 minutes of the second, and then in the end, they got the goal that mattered in the third. Your assessment?
Well, you and Jack talked a bit about it, and we talked about it before this series started with this is the first time the Oilers are going to be playing a world-class goaltender. Ottinger's, top 5-6 in the National Hockey League, and it's shown in the first 3 games of this series. It is amazing at the National Hockey League level how one team can be as dominant as the Oilers were in the first period and as bad as the Stars were, and it can flip in the second, but it happens all the time. You have to weather it. If you're the team that is being dominated, you got to take advantage and capitalize when you're the better of the 2 teams. Both teams did that, which set up for a good third period. The Stars are good. They get good goaltending. They got timely saves. Stuart Skinner made big saves at the right moment. this was a game, again, that, in all honesty, could have been flipped. It's 3-3 in the third. The Oilers have a ton of good chances. Dallas gets 2. Skinner stops 1, and then Robertson, who got his line mate Hintz back tonight.
Different players.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
They were a different team with those guys.
Well, Rupi Hintz is their best player, and he's a dynamic hockey player. I think he ended up with 3 assists on the night. He just brings so much. He's on your power play. He's penalty killing. He's big. He's fast. He wins faceoffs. They're a better team with him in it, and obviously Jason Robertson missed him as he comes up with, he had the hat trick tonight, did he not? So it was a good game. But it's a game that I'm sure the Edmonton Oilers are going to look at a couple of mistakes that they made that were huge. And in a series where every game is going to be a one-goal game, one mistake can be costly and cost you at the end of the night. And the Edmonton Oilers, and on the winning goal, an unfortunate break, the Dallas Stars actually created a good play, but their defenseman breaks his stick. And when the stick broke, the puck didn't go where it was supposed to, and that threw the Oilers into chaos in their own zone. Wow. And then Robertson, I was standing down at that end. Bob, that's a world-class play by Robertson that I was shocked he tried. But that's how good he is. He waited out. Skinner found a spot and put it in.
All right. So you lost.
Yep.
You did what... I think we need to establish that Henrique played really good.
Both players that came into the lineup, Bob, were very good. Both Hintz and Henrique came into the lineup, and both were factors in this game.
Do you find a way to get McLeod back in up front? I do.
Probably. And the thing is, now you can put him on your fourth line. I thought Henrique played well with Fogle and Brown when they were out there. Then you can put McLeod as a center or a wing, depending on who you bring or take out on your fourth line. And then you can start spotting McLeod, putting him in situations, seeing how he's playing. But, yeah, the thing about the Dallas Stars is they are fast, and the Oilers weren't as fast without Ryan McLeod.
All right, and it's not just at forward.